Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Crastinators podcast. I'm the best guy ever. Oh, who else is here? We got...
Wait, is best guy ever? Don't you mean my favorite cryptocurrency miner, Brad Garlinghouse?
Guys, the mask has slipped. My name is Brad Garlinghouse. I am the CEO of Ripple Cryptocurrency. I've been fooling you all this anime bullshit, all this video game bullshit. It's been a fucking ruse to pull you into my scheme to profit to like 1% of my vast capital gains.
Finally, you've decided to contribute something to society. Bitcoin.
It all began 29 years ago when I snuck it to Ben Saint's mother's womb, who I knew would be a ripe candidate for manipulation and emotional destruction later on. This was a long con I've been running here. And as you can see, the fruits are ripe and abundant.
Bravo, sir.
We got, you can hear the rest. Tom Oliver, Give and Take, you know these guys.
Yeah.
The usual suspects.
New York Times best-selling author Digibro, creator of Road to RadCon 4, with
Indeed.
Chapter 2 hopefully coming soon, but that's on you guys.
Creator of RadCon 4, Road to RadCon 4, asterisk, assuming you give us lots of money on
All
the
right.
Kickstarter.
But if you do give us lots of money, you will see the thrilling continuation of the series in which we introduce our main antagonist.
Who could it be? Who could be the biggest obstacle to making RadCon 4 happen?
Okay,
I think
we have to talk about his...
First, before we get into all this,
Yeah.
there's a distinct possibility that this is not on the Procrastinators channel, and most of the people
is-
watching this have no idea what the hell is happening.
It's very possible that this is on my channel, in which case, hello, my subscribers. This is the Procrastinators podcast.
Hello.
It's been going on for like 5 years. How long have we been doing this shit?
3, 4, 5 years. Something
Like
like
3,
5
4,
years.
5, 2, 1.
Whenever
lot of
Undertale
years.
came out.
8, 12, one of these numbers.
We've been doing this podcast since Undertale came out.
Oh,
and
That's true.
Yeah. The
best
thing
right.
to happen to the internet since Undertale, the Procrastinators podcast.
That should be our tagline.
And the reason that it might be on my channel is that Brad Garlinghouse, the evil crypto mastermind, has taken over the PCP channel. So, in order to prevent...
And other channels as well. Many channels. He has an empire now.
In order to prevent RadCon 4 from becoming BradCon 4...
That's right.
As per his evil plan, we
so
must
sad.
continue the story. So give us money on Kickstarter.
Yeah.
And also thanks to everybody who already, because this Kickstarter has already funded almost all the original stretch goals.
Yeah, let's just quickly take a look at that. We've got, so last time there were 308 total backers as of the whole time. There's already 156 backers, and we're 22 days to go.
You said there were
3.
You said there were 308, and now there's 156.
No,
I'm saying that on RadCon 3 there were.
Oh, yes, of course.
Yeah, so with 156 backers, we're already at $10,573. So RadCon 4 is happening. We've met our first and second stretch goals, so there will be a tiki bar, and the OVA will be made.
The important note in all that data you just spouted was that with half the number of people, we have achieved more money. So
correct. That's correct.
So really, the important question is, where the fuck are the rest of you guys? You goddamn slackers.
There's another 150 of you out there, 152, just waiting to give us money.
That is the 152 people who unsubscribed because of the politics discussion.
Damn.
Hashtag we are the 152 who would not give to RadCon 4. The proud. Yeah. Well, I mean, if you guys want, now that we've established that, so hey, go give it to RadCon 4. It's still happening. Don't worry about all this other bullshit. That's going to happen no matter what.
I have a question for Ben
before
before we continue about this topic.
Yeah,
God.
go ahead.
Ben, is this...
Yeah.
Find your phone?
No comment. Did I find my phone? No, it's gone.
Oh,
okay.
shit.
All right.
I lost my
Yeah.
phone for a while, but I ended up finding it. So is this the crypto fascists I keep hearing about? They're just going around shilling cryptocurrency, stealing people's
number one.
channels.
I mean, he's crypto because he's mining Bitcoin, and he's fascist because he's a bad man. So
And he's
That's what I thought. I'm with you now.
I guess
I
so.
take back everything.
I
You're
think this
right.
literally counts. Yeah, even I think this counts, right? Like, it's certainly fascist to steal somebody's channel and without
I think that's a
permission,
little
right?
bit loose usage of the word fascist.
Like
Is every
annexing,
thief a fascist
like annexing
throughout
another
time?
country. Garland House here has annexed our channels without our permission.
I mean, that's true. That is true.
Fascism just means I don't like it. So yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
That's probably the most honest definition of fascism I've heard.
Finally,
Okay,
And
hold
I
on,
definitely
listen.
do not care for what I'm seeing here
All right.
today.
According to Wikipedia, fascism
Yeah.
is a form of far-right authoritarian ultranationalism characterized by dictatorial power, forcible suppression of opposition, and strong regimentation of society and of the economy. These
That
guys
sounds like my boy
it
Brad.
sounds exactly
To a
like
T.
what's happening. So.
All right.
Yeah.
I can't believe it. I can't believe it. He was hiding in
All right.
plain sight.
It's
all
the crypto
along.
punks versus the crypto fascists.
Yes!
The ultimate battle.
Yes.
That's right.
Oh,
Well,
this is going
my
right.
only question is, will Brad continue to mine once the sun goes down?
Yeah. God, I bet he fucking will.
Like how long will this continue?
I just don't know. I wish I had answers. I only
That'll
have
be the
questions.
final insult where we're just going to have to bring out the big guns. You know, there's only so much injustice we can take.
The second the sun goes down, I'm tweeting about this
Listen,
man.
listen,
This
listen,
man is
Brad.
still mining and it's night.
Listen, Brad, as one night miner to another, like, don't do it, man. Don't do
The
it.
consequences, man.
I suffered the consequence. I want better for you, Brad.
Well,
You gotta
known fascist sympathizer Ben Saint looking out.
You gotta respect the hustle, though. You gotta hand it to him.
I do.
You gotta
I
hand
just
it.
do.
remembered the fucking where "Don't
Yeah.
Mine at Night" came from. The fucking the
fucking pony song,
pony
the
version
originally.
of the Minecraft parody of the Katy
Yes.
Perry
That's right.
song that became a meme at RadCon 3.
Yes.
that's correct.
And
That-
Ben got his ass kicked for mining at night during RadCon 3.
Yeah.
God, it's such a rich tapestry.
This is what we should do on
Imagine,
every episode.
imagine if you're just the normal.
yeah.
You're just the normal Digibro subscriber bombing into this video, not knowing what to expect, and already we're this many layers deep into PCP lore. They're gone. They're just gone.
Well, this is why
Well,
you
they
need to
probably
watch
weren't here.
GradCon 4 when it comes out and donate to it to make it happen. You know, so you can understand.
You
and be
should
a part of the whole experience.
if you're not aware, you should watch the RadCon 3. You should watch the RadCon 3 playlist. And
sure.
and
Yeah,
all,
it's
and
all
all
right
your
there.
answers will be revealed.
When are we gonna do PCPU lecture PCP?
I think eventually.
That's
that
actually
should
a really good idea.
It's a really
Yeah,
good
we can start from the
idea.
beginning and go through the whole history.
I don't
Yeah,
even-
give it a couple more rad.
Is that gonna be a stretch?
Oh,
Should we
guys,
make
I
that a
got it.
stretch
I mean,
goal?
we did
You know when
the,
that
we,
should be?
we did the RFCK one at
Right.
RF Con K, and we allowed like audience participation. I mean, we could do the same thing with PCP. Like we could have like the audience, like us, the audience, like raise our hands.
You know,
and be
I
like,
was thinking-
hey, don't
Imagine-
you remember that one
imagine-
time that this really stupid thing happened?
Imagine if
Indeed,
we had a
indeed.
meetup, and the meetup was for the PCP.
That's
lecture
exactly what I
on
was
the
going to say.
PCP.
We've long had this idea, at least I have, of doing like a public, more actual con where people can come and attend, even if it's public or something. I don't know. But then like at that with a gathering of people, we do that.
I mean
lecture at that.
that
point.
was the rad
that's
or the
RFCK,
RFCK lecture, basically.
Well, we'll steal their idea, and
Which was
wield
great.
it
Which
to
was great,
better.
by the way, and is coming soon.
Stealing their ideas
I
as if
want
it was
it. I
easy.
want I hope it comes out before the Kickstarter ends, so people will be tricked into giving more money.
I also hope that. Connor,
I hope-
Ethan,
why don't
get
we-
on it.
I hope that by some magical fucking circumstance that the Stealing Your Dad episodes from RadCon 3 also come out before RadCon
Someone
4
suggested
happens.
making that a stretch
Ethan,
goal
get
for
on
this
it.
for this Kickstarter.
They're almost
We have no
all done.
control.
Munchie said that 2 of them are complete. 1 of them is almost done. He just wants all 3 of them to be done before he releases them, and he literally just
I don't
doesn't
understand
care
why.
enough to.
What a fool.
I have no
He
idea.
simply doesn't.
There-
See, that means that it's up to you people to create
His-
pressure.
his
on
No,
man-
they
us to
did.
just
They
release
created.
them.
I don't know if you know this. My
His man on
people
the
from my
inside is working on
Discord.
them.
People
Yeah.
from my Discord formed a Discord specifically to badger Munchie about this, and they did so. They ran a whole campaign, and he literally said what I just told you, and has still not done anything. So
Well, that's not enough pressure.
He
obviously.
just
Like,
doesn't
he needs to
care.
feel the sting. He needs to feel the pain of not releasing these.
what can
until
we
he'll
do
do
to
it.
Munchie? Like
He's too
you know,
powerful.
You know,
There's nothing.
I don't know.
he's got nothing to
I don't know.
lose.
I guess you're right.
I think the people have to, from that Discord, raid RFCK, try to destroy his hometown. That's the only way
Yeah,
that'll get his
yeah.
attention.
I mean, RFCK and Stealing Your Dad's, I like to think they exist in the same universe at different
Yeah,
timelines.
yeah.
So like
It
I
makes
see
sense.
no canonical conflict between like a bunch of Stealing Your Dad heads bomb in from the dystopian post slime future to say fuck you, do it.
Maybe the
unfortunate
timeline.
Well,
Who knows?
see, the
Who
most
knows?
unfortunate
Yeah,
thing
there's
about it
timeline
to me,
shenanigans now.
like, while there may be extant episodes of Stealing Your Dads, they were merely podcasts. The only episodes that are, like, good are the ones that have not come out yet.
know-
So I don't know if there are Stealing Your Dad heads the way that there would be if the show was out.
I mean, probably.
When are we gonna get the man and the boy?
Oh yeah. When are we gonna get GRPJ Kingdom Hearts 2?
Oh, no.
We're all getting
Yeah,
called
that's
out
right.
now.
That's right.
I'm not me. I'm such a good boy. I did all my projects.
You
We
did.
got T-Bap Resurrection out. I got 10
Yep, we
Paces
did.
and Draw out. I did it
That's
all.
true.
I'm thorough.
Everything
robust.
PCP related, I've gotten done. It's only my personal projects that are taking a little while.
They're gonna
but
take a
nobody
little
ever
while
asked me
longer
about
now.
those. It bothers me about those, so.
Nobody ever. Yeah.
Okay, all right. Well, let me break it down for people. Just the story of what's going on. So everybody, here's your little public service announcement. The following channels have been hacked. It definitely seems like it's my fault, and I'll tell everybody why in a minute. But these are the channels. My main best guy ever, which is currently renamed Brad Garlinghouse and is streaming some cryptocurrency stream that I have no control over and cannot. It's the name of the video is Ripple XRP goes to the moon! Explosion emoji. New cryptocurrency partnership and bullish news. 3,000 people are watching this.
Radcon 5, crypto's on the moon.
Why don't I pull these kind of numbers when I stream, either on my channel or on my fucking Twitch? God damn it! I'd be a partner right now. Brad,
Maybe
piece of
they're
shit.
maybe a lot of them are fake viewers though.
That was my thought.
I mean, I think people are watching for the drama. They're like, "This is wrong. This is fucked up," which I totally understand. I would. Check it out
this
too.
guy's got to be botting as well, right?
No doubt. It's not, by the way, okay, we're going to laugh. Brad Garlinghouse, really funny. It is not actually Brad Garlinghouse, just to be absolutely clear.
Brad Garlinghouse
like zero
is like
chance.
the CEO of some company.
This is an
Ripple,
important
yeah.
man. It's like the
Well,
Elon
so-
Musk of crypto. It's not actually him. So
Yeah,
let's be clear.
I've been looking into it, and he's a very rich man who owns
Yeah.
this Ripple company, which basically just moves money of various types around. Anything that can be used as currency, basically, it is a way of trading that internationally. Apparently, they're under a huge
Yeah.
lawsuit, and he's in trouble for skirting the law.
That's why he's
as it
trying to
is.
pull a couple of side hustles, like capitalizing a couple of YouTube channels here and there. Just,
But
grab them while you can.
It seems to be common in the crypto world for things like for hackers to take people's channels, live stream under names that are famous in the crypto world, such as this
Right.
one. But the actual people who took your channel, you can tell us about.
Yeah, please do.
Well, okay, I'll tell you. So there's a couple interesting things that happened over the last couple of days. So I've been talking to. So okay, this seems to have happened on around the 22nd or the 23rd. I think on the 23rd. So just so everybody knows, I'm already in contact. Oh, by the way, all the channels, just so you know, all the
Yes.
channels that are not us. It is Best Guy Ever, Bestie Boy, Best Guy Ever live streams, The Procrastinators, The Podcast, T-Bap, and Cantent. All of those have been hijacked.
Yesterday
Every
I
content-
went. Yesterday I went through TBAP and I ripped
Yeah.
every video that I could, just in case the worst happens.
man.
I could not get
Good man.
all of them. Some of them I could not rip because they contained music.
Right,
There were
right.
maybe like a dozen of
Oh,
those.
Ben, you gotta use. You can get them. You
Okay,
just gotta
okay.
use
I'm
a
sure there's a
multitude
way.
of YouTube rip sites. I recommend
no.
switching between
I've said this-
Clip Converter
Okay.
and
both-
several others.
This is
I
what you
used
do.
Clip Converter to get the ones that I did manage.
Just,
to get.
what
what
you got to
do you
do
got, Tom?
is you have to use VLC. You can download YouTube videos
Okay, Oh, yeah.
with VLC.
That's true. That's true.
Oh, no
also-
shit.
It works 100% of the
shit.
time.
I need to remember to do that from now on.
I got Phantom reviews. I could not get Keg reviews. Keg,
Oh, no,
Keg
that's a
reviews
gold mine.
Keg reviews putting your hoof down was copyright
That
claimed.
needs to be
a
preserved
lot
for
of
all
music in
time.
there.
It has to be saved.
Yeah.
It's a beloved video by me, if no one else. So those are all the channels. So here's what happened, everybody. What happened was I recently have been looking. A lot of people are like, "Oh my God, Nate, did you not two-factor authenticate your channels? Lol, did you use the same password?" No, this is not the issue. What happened was, by the way, we have checked. There have been no suspicious logins from I don't know, China or Russia or any of these.
I don't know if you saw my
nowhere
screenshot
unusual.
on TBAP. There was a suspicious login account from Russia on January 1st.
January 1st.
January 1st. Yeah, I screenshotted it.
Okay, I believe you. That must have just been before this. That must have been just an unrelated, I guess, separate hack thing. Because here's what happened.
Getting hacked from all
I've been
sides.
talking. I don't know.
Everybody
fucking
wants
know.
teabag.
I've been
So lucrative.
I'm just saying, maybe potentially, like, I do use a VPN. I don't think I've ever set myself to Russia. Like, maybe I said to Russia and logged in. I don't think so, but I don't know, whatever. All right, so I was getting, recently, I'm doing, like, one last Weagawa before I, like, wrap up Weagawas for now, and are focusing on, like, the bigger content, as I've told a bunch of times. So, like, for that, I was like, okay, it would be really funny and also cool and thematically appropriate to finally get one ad on the last Weagawa for now. So, I, like, more aggressively was, like, looking through all the messages I get to see what ads are going to be. Some of them are legitimate, and I will still be talking to. But one of them, I should have known, man. I should have known. But here's what happened. There was just, like, one of those emails was like, hey, do you want to do this thing? We'll pay you to, like, promote this software. And so what I said was, like, there was a link to a website, and let me actually go get the name of this, because this is, I mean, at the very least,
Public
other
service
people can
announcement.
avoid
Nobody
doing this.
click this link that you're about
No one
to
click on
read
this
the name
link
of.
from this company. And here's the fascinating thing. This website is extremely professional looking, and this is why I was tricked. I was like, it's supposed to be like a cloud software, like, what's that thing where you're, like, streaming gameplay between things? This is, like, the general pitch they had. Their website looks really good. And the whole thing was in English, the email, but I noticed that it seemed to be from, like, it was, like, Russian text or something. So I was a little bit, okay, I don't know what this is about. So they just say, like, hey, like, download this software. So I messaged them this one time, and I'm like, okay, guys, like, I'm open to this if it's good. Can you, like, tell me what you need me to do if I'm going to do this? They respond, and they say, download this software, show it off in a video, and, like, we'll pay you for it. So I'm like, okay, I will go see what this is about. So I'm looking into it. And I go to the website, everything seems fine. I'm just like, okay. I mean, I'm not going to agree to do this yet until I know what I'm getting myself into. But what I will do is just download the software and, like, see what it is, because that should be fine, right? Oh, no. And what I believe happened is that I download the thing, I install it, and nothing seemed to happen on my computer. I was like, this is weird. I don't know what happened. Nothing changed. But then, several days later, every YouTube account that, like, I just am logged into, generally speaking, all the accounts on there had disappeared from my Google accounts, and they seem to have been, like, moved to other people's Google accounts. So what I think happened is that there's some bot in here that uses either, like, your Google, like, your cookies cache, or maybe, like, the fact that I'm currently logged in, because there were no suspicious logins from anywhere else. It probably was done from, like, my machine. That it just went in there, it, like, hijacked the fucking links to all these accounts. And this is something you can do on Google. You can just move your account to, like, another Google account on your YouTube channel. And so I think that was done, like, by at least some kind of intelligence, because it wasn't done to my vast number of just, like, small little throwaway YouTube accounts I make for various purposes, like test uploads and stuff. It was only, like, the big ones that are regularly used and have some value. So clearly,
even though, like, BGE live streams probably has less than 1,000 subs, right? Like,
it's got like 1,500, but I do upload like twice a week, and it gets, you know, I don't know, they like 500 views per video. So that's not zero. So I guess they thought that was above their threshold for whatever reason. So, but yeah, that's pretty much the full story of, like, what I know. And so I'll just tell everybody that I have contacted Google for, like, for all of these things, for all these different accounts. I've got, like, separate tickets running for each different account. And, like, I seem to be in contact with humans for all of them. And apparently they are working to sort it out. And from what I've heard, this isn't confirmed, like, people have reported that when this has happened, because this is a fairly common thing, it happened to Pogo, apparently, famous music guy on YouTube, and a bunch of other people, that, like, it takes around 2 weeks before things get resolved, typically speaking. So you might not see any of these channels active for another 2 weeks. Hopefully after that they're back. That's what I know. I seem to see, the only thing that's really bad right now is that they're actively streaming on my personal YouTube channel, on Best Guy Ever. And, you know, some people are unsubscribing, and, you know, that's too bad. I hope no one's being tricked into buying fucking crypto, which is obviously
highly
bullshit.
doubt it. I don't even understand how.
I don't know.
Like, who the fuck would fall for this shit? Like, how does this even work? How does this racket even?
know.
There was somebody in my Discord theorizing that, like, maybe they literally just do this to, like, smear the name of Brad Garlinghouse or whatever.
Maybe.
But I don't know. It feels like just some
Whoever it is, though, what gives me a little bit of happiness is that, like, knowing the MO, if these people want to, they could tank and delete everything or just fuck up everything on all these channels if they so chose. But it seems like the MO is just to use them for whatever reach they have. And generally speaking, they seem to come back. And there seems to be a pretty healthy, like, reversal process when you get your shit back. Like, if videos are deleted within a certain time frame, YouTube can restore them. So even if, like, someone was telling me that, like, hey, Nate, it seems like the number of videos on your channel is dropping. That's ominous. I didn't look into it, but even if that's true, hopefully they'll be able to be revived. If not, I know a bunch of people are downloading videos, and including me. I've got most of the important ones stored, so we'll see. I guess we'll just see in time.
Most of the important ones. That's not good enough.
Okay,
I need all of them.
I don't have literally all of them. It's true, but I have all of, like, I have every best anime ever, best game ever, and like all the Weagawas, I think, from the last several years. So I should have, I don't know, pretty much everything. We'll see. So obviously it's not good. I can tell people, don't be too worried if you're concerned. I'm generally pretty optimistic. What's that?
They changed your channel banner.
They changed the banner. They changed the icon now. They replaced my little icon face.
I still see your face, but I don't know.
I refreshed it and I see Brad on here, but I don't know.
Also, all the affected channels have strings of Russian text in the about page that seem to be like passages from Fight Club and or the Bible or something.
Just like edgy posts about like in the night we do dangerous things and in the morning we only regret.
No,
Munchie
searched them and they were from Fight Club, like literally.
Oh, really?
It's just quotes from Fight Club for some
Maybe
reason.
they know I'm a big fan of Fight Club, so that's
just tossing you a bone
I thought
here.
you'd appreciate it.
Anarchy in the UK, bro. Let's fuck them up.
Anarchy.
Yeah. Well, that's the status. Hopefully things will be fixed soon. I don't know. That's it. That's all I got.
Oh boy. Well, if you don't want RadCon to become BradCon, then
You gotta donate to the Kickstarter. Our lawyers advise us that donating to Radcon 4 will in no way save Radcon from becoming Bradcon. I mean, I don't know. Maybe some people will think this is like, I mean, considering there is a Kickstarter with a good amount of money attached to it right now, I don't know if people might think, like, is this some sort of fucking publicity stuff? This is odd timing. I mean, there's no doubt about that.
It was definitely... I was pretty upset just this morning because, like, I scheduled my video to come out at 12. So,
I know.
And of course, it came out alongside this. And it's not that I'm mad that it stole my thunder. It's that it's funnier than my fucking video. That's what makes me mad.
That is unfortunate.
The Brad Garlinghouse name is funnier than this story that I think is hilarious. But
I am seeing a lot of Brad Garlinghouse comments on the Digibro light novel.
It's all right, dude. You just got to lean into it. Like, it's giving you the path forward.
Yeah.
That's right. We can capitalize on this at least a little bit.
Garlinghouse
we might as well laugh about it.
He's definitely going to be in the Royal Rumble at Radcon 4.
Absolutely.
He's clearly the main villain. There's no doubt about it.
So, pledge if you want to see that. I mean, we're probably definitely gonna be doing it already, but
Indeed.
Yeah.
Indeed.
What's gonna happen to the podcast?
I'm restarting my phone.
Our ship's gonna get sunk.
Our ship is currently sinking. We're bailing out the water. You know, Hippo and BGE Boy are currently bailing things as fast as they can. Hopefully we stay afloat. I mean, there is a possibility that some or all of these channels don't come back. But, like, even if that happens, we're just going to make new ones and, like, re-upload as much as we can and just keep going. I mean, I don't know. Hopefully that won't be too bad.
The thing that sucks, not so much, like, if that's the case, if you can't get them back, the worst thing is not that we can't have them back, but they still have them. They still have your channel. Like, everything that links to your channel will now link to Brad Garlinghouse.
I have some fear that, like, I mean, just considering the legality, it seems to me that this, I don't know this for sure, but it seems to me the most likely thing is that this was done, like, via, like, my personal logins, that, like, Google will be like, sorry, Nate, like, sure, you can prove you're you, but, like, this was done on your account. We can't prove you didn't do this. We don't have the authority to just give them back.
If they were to say that, that would be the most fucking, like, pretending to be ignorant thing I've ever heard. Like,
I mean, I'd hope so.
Well,
I would hope so.
Even if it's from your account, it's not like you can't take it back if it was, like, a mistake. Like, oh, I accidentally did this. Can you please undo this? Like, Google can't say
guess
no,
you're
because
right.
that's just stupid.
But I'm just thinking, like, what about respecting the rights of, in this case, like, they're a criminal clearly, but like the other person?
Well, hold
like,
on. If they believe the claim that you accidentally moved it to this other thing, how would it be like that would mean that this is like two different. This is one person basically. How would it be disrespecting that channel's rights? Like either way, you're the original.
What if
your account is linked to the channel?
The hypothetical I fear slightly is like, what if I had under the table made an agreement to like sell my account to these people, which I totally didn't do, to sell my account to Brad Garlinghouse, stuff's wallet full of money that I did in fact do the thing I'm saying with. What if I had sold it to them and they're like, well, I mean, you know, that's your business if your account got, we don't have the authority to just take it from other people.
But
seems unlikely. I know.
I'm just thinking about how
my
one of my friends one time sold a World of Warcraft account to somebody for $400, and that person then used it to like just farm gold or whatever. Like he turned it into a bot and got caught by Blizzard, and they returned the account to my friend. Like he just got to keep the money.
Nice.
So, you know, sometimes things go extra good.
Dude, when you get the channel back, it's gonna come with so much cryptocurrency.
Oh, that would be.
There's gonna be so much.
That happened to my World of Warcraft account actually. A bot stole it, and then when I got back, I just had so much vast wealth in the game. I was a god.
That's awesome.
They just helped me out.
You know, thinking back on it now, actually that is fucking hilarious. Fuck yeah. But thinking back, I remember my League of Legends account. I think this is one of the main reasons I stopped playing. Or no, I think I didn't play for a long time. In that lapse, like I noticed that I couldn't get back in. It seemed like it had been stolen or something had happened with it, and I definitely had been stolen. I couldn't get into it. And I had some efforts like, oh, maybe I'll like try to get in and like help my friends, but then I was like, oh wait, it's League of Legends. I'm not going to put in the effort to like get back in there just to, you know, lose more money and stuff. So thank you, hackers. You saved me on the one hand, you hurt me on the other. All in all, that's what I call balance. That's balance. By the way, I'm getting the name of the company. Okay, got it. So this is the email I got. It's this company, Vontex, Vontex. That's the one who messaged me. Guys, just a little recommendation. I would not accept a deal from Vontex promo if you get an email from them. I don't mean to besmirch the good name of the Vontex Corporation, but
yes,
when I went
do.
to
That is the entire point.
They are literally the real crypto.
I mean, maybe it's like a Brad Garlinghouse thing where like they're just using a different name to fuck with people. I mean, I don't know. I mean, probably not. And the other thing is, one of the things I did early on before I installed the software was I was just like, oh, well, I'll just Google these guys and like see what they are, just like what the product is. Like there was like 0 results on the internet for Vontex.
That's a red
maybe
flag.
should have
So
been
I should have known.
known that you shouldn't have done that.
Look, okay,
It's
that's
probably
why
just
I
some,
was,
like,
I was
burner
thinking to
name,
myself,
like,
I'm
fake.
being such a big-brained ethical boy right now. Like, I am absolutely not going to agree to just take these people's money until I know it's like a product and I'm willing to use it, blah, blah, blah. But I will just try out the software. That couldn't hurt, right?
Little did you know. That's all they
Little
needed
did I
from
know.
you.
Yep, that's correct. That's correct.
More
Now
like soft skull that you got on you there.
as opposed to what?
You know, like a soft spot on your skull because you're like a baby.
Oh, well, yeah, but it sounded like you were saying soft skull, like that was a play on something I'd said previously.
Yeah,
like
the software.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
yes.
see?
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
now,
there
got
we
it.
go.
Got it. Well, yeah, I have a small brain and a soft brain. These are both confirmed at this point.
Very
so.
soft.
And you know, here's the
Very
other thing.
smooth.
Very, very, very smooth. No wrinkles here. My computer is definitely still compromised and very likely still has this operating. So I'm spending the vast majority of time unplugged from the internet on that machine because I need to wipe it. As Tom advised, I need to just completely destroy the computer and rebuild it software from the ground up, which I will do. But I'm in the middle of editing something and I am terrified of rebooting it and not being able to like make all the weird connections. You know how if people use Vegas, like you pull files from all over your computer. I've got things like a download folder and like an
Nate,
editing folder.
The reason I don't have that problem is that anything I'm working on, I keep exclusively on the desktop. And
that's fair.
It's a great motivator because I hate having shit on my desktop. So I will literally edit the video just to get the fucking shit off my desktop.
But what happens when your editing project is 6 months long, though? just by virtue of the project.
That has happened, and it's miserable. It fucking sucks. Too much shit on my desktop.
Well, I mean, so I'm hoping to have that video done, the one I'm working on, soon, and it'll be ready to go. This much discussed Nate's working on a video for the end of the month or whatever. I mean, there's been some derailings. Even before this, RadCon 4 really took up a good chunk of time. But like, I might have it ready real quick. I just won't have a place to upload it until I have the channel back. And I'm just gonna see. I'm gonna give it like a couple weeks to see if the channel returns at all before I like make Best Guy Ever Redux or whatever the fuck thing I have to do to keep moving. So,
second best guy ever.
Secondest bestest guy in the world will be the second channel. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, if you need to, I can temporarily host it on my channel too. Just have everybody shit. I've done. I did that with
the offer.
I did that with one of Jesse's videos once. There was a Ground Zeroes vlog he did that's on on After Dark. It never got re-uploaded anywhere else. It's just on After Dark.
Yeah, it must have been years ago. I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Ground Zeroes.
So, in other news, I got television for the first time in years.
What?
Television.
Why?
What's
to
that?
my house.
Did you watch Big Bang Theory?
Excuse me?
Because I found out that these days, good old not satellite, but
Cable?
no, not cable, antenna
Bunny
TV.
ears? Yeah.
Good old. Well, there ain't no bunny ears no more. The technology has come a long way.
Okay.
And so I just like $25 on Amazon bought this big flat thing that you put in your window, and I've got 50 channels. So why the fuck would I ever need cable?
Okay.
It's pretty sick. I'm just saying. It's funny to me to think, like, TV kept advancing and getting crazier, and it's like cable, and now you need 1,000 million channels, and now you need all this extra shit. And then the internet came along, and I was like, I don't need cable. What the fuck would I need it for? Well, the answer to that is the Olympics. Or just like
CNN's cool coverage,
occasionally
the
throwing
trial,
something
perhaps.
on PBS
the
Frontline
Democratic
documentaries,
debates, which
maybe
are not live streamed or shown anywhere for some reason.
No, the Dem debates are all live streamed.
I haven't seen them
them all
anywhere.
live streamed.
Like, are the
They're on
replays?
CNN.
They're
I
hard.
don't know. I'm sure they're around.
Yeah.
What about the
They're
replays
streamed-
though? They don't have any replays for people like me who like don't watch them live.
Yeah.
Right?
No, I don't know
Just
about
watch your favorite
replays.
alt-right commenter's review of the
Oh,
Democratic
how do you
debate.
think?
That's
How
what
do you
I-
think
let
I'm
me tell you.
informed nowadays?
Nate, that is unironically the better way to watch it because
I mean,
like,
it is. They cut out the filler, so I mean, it's.
Oh, I didn't mean that.
It's
I mean,
all killer.
there's a bunch of people who just live stream their like live reacting to the debate while it's happening. So, which
that
is
could be better. That sounds.
definitely better. The debates are fucking miserable. They're boring as shit. They're terrible. They're fucking.
They're just. I mean, what are they on? Like 5 or 6? I'm just saying. Like, I'm sure
They've
they're
all been
pretty consistent with the
insufferable.
shit.
Yeah,
they're
there's
doing.
like 5 now. I think the last one was
Yeah.
the final one before the caucuses start.
on average,
Right. Which is
one
like a week,
thing
right?
happens in 3
A
hours, and you'll
couple
hear
weeks,
about
I
it.
think. Yeah. You'll hear the only story from the last one was the thing with Warren and Sanders,
The whisper,
and it was
that was
all
just
over
going
Twitter.
on.
Literally
Yeah.
all that fucking happened. It was so boring and terrible.
That's true. I mean, we know their positions. Now it's about whatever fucking clash is happening,
Yeah.
I guess. Well, hey, speaking of TV, do you have Cartoon Network on there? Because the one thing I
think
kind
so.
of want to watch sometimes is like Toonami / Adult Swim. I'm like,
Yeah.
ooh, that'd be fun to just
would have
turn
been
on.
It would have been nice to have, but I think that's on cable.
Okay, yeah, fair
I
enough.
don't think we get that. We get some kind of food channels. I literally just hooked this up like right before we started the podcast, so I have not
Oh, okay.
explored it at all. I just bought a TV for the bedroom and an antenna, but
I remember trying to watch Rick and Morty, like when we were, last time we did, the 6 Ricksty minutes or whatever. And it's so fucking weird on like the Adult Swim website. They're like streaming here, like click here to watch the new Rick and Morty episode. And then they're like ... if you have Hulu or fucking blah, blah, blah. It's like, why would you lead with I need Hulu to watch it or whatever
Because
the
they
fuck
want you to be
other
like, well, I
stupid
guess I'll
streaming
just
things.
get fucking cable right now.
I guess you got me. Yeah, I guess
there
I
must
get
be
it,
people
but,
dumb enough to do that. Otherwise, why would they still be doing that?
If I really need to watch, Rick and Morty right then and there on there, maybe
Every
I'd
time
shell
they
out
put
for
up
it,
these
but-
weird roadblocks, I'm like, I'm just sailing the high seas. Fuck you.
right.
Yep.
I mean, I'm
Yep, that's what we did.
1,000% more into piracy than anything else. Because I didn't really miss TV at all, And I still really don't. But it's like the idea that if I really have nothing to do, there is a room I can go into and just put something on, and it will put flashing lights and information in front of me without me having to decide what to put on.
Yes,
because I spend a lot of time like YouTube. Unfortunately, not enough fucking shit comes out. Like, I'm always starved for more YouTube content, and I'll sit there like, maybe like May just cooked dinner. We've got all this beautiful food laid out in front of me on this TV tray, and I'm just sitting there for 15 minutes trying to find something to watch while I eat because there's nothing on YouTube. So in situations like that, it might be nice to just, I mean, granted, I put the TV in the bedroom, but...
I do like sometimes putting on like the BBC News channel when I'm just like waking up making breakfast or something.
Black cock news
yeah, because I just love seeing that on screen, like a huge. Anyway, but like they just do the news and it's so boring and so like in the background. Occasionally I hear about like, oh, something's happening. I'm like, oh, cool. I'm just drinking my coffee and waking up. It's a nice little, like, noise box, I guess.
It is aesthetically pleasing to kind of be passively informed about what's going on in the world, even if, mainstream news, maybe they got some issues here
I mean,
and there,
I'm passively informed of what's going on in the news every day anyways because I watch We Are Change on YouTube, and I trust that more than any of the other news outlets. But I guess the revelation, I would say, is simply that cable is obviously not worth paying for because you have to pay for it every month. But an antenna is just $25 and you have those channels forever. So,
that's true.
Why not? That's all I have to say on the matter.
Yeah. I've got some news. I know
what it is, and I'm a big fan.
It's the Lord of Ghosts comic. Chapter 2 is out.
I haven't read it yet, but it's
You're
on my
wasting
short
your
to
life,
do.
Ben.
My
because
short
it's way
to-do
better
list.
than the
It's
Vapors has ever or will ever be. The
It's
champion.
on my short list.
Damn.
That pony fucking comic about slime, Garbaggio. Put it in the trash where it belongs. It's all about the new hotness.
Come on.
It's readable on giveandtake.site, and it's really I'm really proud of what I've been doing.
Yeah, but I have to ask. That one shot of the clock tower, that was like homestuck, right? You didn't actually draw that whole thing, did you? Know what I'm talking about?
I copy-pasted a few places, but yeah, I kind of drew the whole thing.
Oh, wow. Okay, I wasn't sure.
It was weird. It was like I was drawing it. Like, I mean, it's traced, so it's not like...
Right, okay, okay.
Full
like, disclosure. This man is a hack. Be advised.
But, like, I was sort of discovering that I guess I just like the act of drawing because this is really inefficient and not even that useful. Like, it's like a big, like, wow moment, but it's also kind of pointless and you wouldn't need to do that, really. And I did it anyway, and it took a long time. But I just liked it. I just liked drawing.
I loved that little moment where you flash between, like, that and then the next panel of the, like, almost chibi-fied, like, big eye of the tower. I mean, that was, like, my favorite moment. And incidentally, the whole comic is probably the most attractive-looking thing you've ever drawn up to this point. And I've absolutely... it feels like a huge jump in your skill. Just, like, I don't know if I thought that about Chapter 1, but with Chapter 2, I really stopped and, like, felt it out and really, really enjoyed reading it.
Yeah, it's...
Gotta read it.
Can I understand this comic if I don't know anything about...
Yes, Digi. Yes, you can. I promise.
Yes. I've written the entire thing to be its own adventure, and you don't need to know anything about RCK. There is, like, a little bit of backstory to catch you up on the basics of Endless War, but the Lord of Ghosts himself travels to a different place and is doing other adventures.
You will love the literal embodiment of clusterfuck that is the Lord of Ghosts. If just one look at his misshapen, freakish body, and you'll be like, "This is me. This is me. If I was a little monster."
He's pretty relatable.
Nate, what did you think of my artwork for the Road to RadCon 4?
I was, frankly, way into it. It was great. It was kind of exactly what I hoped for from a Digi. And frankly, it seemed like. I'm feeling some experimentations. You're trying some new things, it feels like.
Yeah, new
overall,
things like dropping piss on my face.
Yes. It was wonderful.
Hippo, what you got to do? I mean, I know you made look, pass this on to Gun Girl because I know Gun Girl is a zinester. and
Oh,
is the
yes.
author of the best-selling zine in one of the best-selling zines in New Los Angeles City, The Gamer and the Bear.
Yes.
So you know about zines. I have been converting.
I'm in the zine scene.
I have been converting Slime and Punishment into in-game zine form, and the first 7 issues of Slime and Punishment are available in Endless War as zines that you can purchase with Slime.
Wow.
If you if that's your pleasure, I'm gonna get around to finishing it up soon.
Why don't we?
everything
have,
should be a
told me to do
zine.
that.
Why don't we
Why?
have a PCP zine already, like a real
The
life?
effort it would
A
take to
real
make it, I
zine.
guess.
Because I've been planning to make my own zine, for a while, but I would have to be the only contributor to it, and that doesn't. It just wouldn't be as cool
how
as
would
if we
we-
had a.
I mean, I'm
Well-
into the idea. I would actually love to contribute to a zine, but how would we distribute it?
Wait, I've got an idea, and it's I mean, maybe Twitter, but like, you don't remember that website that we had a guy in his free time working on, which was absolutely beautiful and was like 95% done. We just I just stopped responding just because I was busy and I never get back to him. I forget his name right now, but like that could be a pretty good vehicle. Click on the side
Wait,
for the latest zine edition.
A zine, like, what would it consist of? Is
Well,
it like a news magazine, or is it just like comics?
The one I want to make is called Clusterpunk, and it would be just
Clusterpunk
all
Portal.
kinds of shit. But like the number one article I want to write for it is my Clusterpunk fashion show article, or the current line, like just photos of me wearing cool outfits, basically. But
Right.
I don't know yet. I just have always wanted to make a magazine, so it seemed. And my plan was just to fund it through, the same way Ben did his comic.
And just do like, I mean, to me, the spirit of a zine is you go to like your fucking mom's office to print it out on 8x11. You fold it in half, you staple it, you put boxes of them in like just stores or like on city corners or whatever. If I made a zine, that's how I would do it.
That's
I would
how
just put it
definitely-
around.
it's funny you say that, Ben. That is what I was planning to do back in 2012. I had this one I did called the Virginia Beach Hermit Society that
Right,
was
right.
I
incomplete.
remember.
But the plan was to just print them out and just like leave them at Barnes and Noble and stuff. But the thing about that is it won't work and nobody will give a shit. So I'd rather just do it to a means by which people will actually want one.
Makes
Oh,
sense.
sure.
Makes sense.
But I do
like
agree.
the idea. I like the idea of like all of us collaborating parts to a zine. Some of us doing art. Like, imagine if Jesse wrote articles. It'd be incredible.
I mean,
That would be
we
great.
could get like
he could literally write anything and it would be publishable.
Yeah,
That's true.
but organization and all that has always been an issue, especially when there's no money involved. At least initially.
Yeah.
We need the money first, then our effort will follow. Generally.
Well, we can worry about
I
that
like it.
later. We got RadCon 4 to worry about right now, but maybe
That's
we can
true.
discuss the
That's
possibilities
true.
of a zine at RadCon 4.
if we reach 20K, guys, we will start talking about a zine stretch goal at 30K. So let's get it going.
Yeah, I wonder.
You have my word.
I wonder how far we could push one Kickstarter just by adding new stretch goals onto it.
I mean, it depends on how good. Like, if it's something that like is really good and pertains to like a large audience, like
Right.
a documentary on the fucking
frankly,
Shanghai
like,
7, the most
at some
dangerous
point,
samurai bunch. I don't fucking know.
At some point, it
I
would
just
just
made
be
that
like,
up.
why not make just another Kickstarter for that other thing? But like,
No.
Never.
Why do that when you can do this? Capitalize off the hype. I don't fucking know.
20K is gonna take some doing, I think.
It really is.
I mean, okay, let's just while we're on
We're
the
really
subject,
putting the
let's just
stretch and
analyze.
stretch goal on this one.
I mean, I don't think it's impossible, but
Obviously, the math isn't going to work out this perfectly, but we're over 10K and we're at half of the previous donators. Do a
Yeah.
little math. If they all donate, surely that will bring us up to.
I mean,
It'll definitely bring
granted-
us close.
granted,
I don't know about
literally
all the
a
way.
fifth of what we've made so far is from 2 people.
Correct.
that is correct.
So-
That is correct. Our $2,000 donors. So,
But we did have a $1,000 donor last time, so you really have to subtract 1,000 from that to get like parity from last time.
That's true. That's true. That's true.
we need to find more exchange students.
I know we gotta pull them in. We gotta have
mean-
a better
I mean,
outreach program. We gotta
I'm
reach out
as-
to the inner city.
My
gotta go
thinking
abroad.
is that probably the people that made it like succeed instantly are a lot of like the people that donated last time. I think that probably a lot of the people that are really invested knew about it immediately, donated immediately. So I think that we will probably get more. I mean, if we didn't do anything else, we would probably get like more donors than the first time, but probably the remainder of them would be smaller donors than we've had thus far.
I think that's correct.
So I think that we'll need to have more donors because we'll need to reach new donors to actually double the number of donate, even if we do hit the 308.
That's why reaching out to Digi's audience with the book is a good gesture, and hopefully we can
hope so.
Get some
I hope
we got to talk about it at the end of any other videos we do too. Just bring it. Just got a campaign for it. Because
I it's ready to go.
Like, had tweeted about the Kickstarter at all. I've been meaning to. So I'll do my part. I'm doing my part.
Good.
Are you?
Good. Starship Troopers.
I'm extremely curious about what will happen when the end of the month comes around and people get their paychecks. As well as, there's always spikes in the last few days when people are I want to push to the next goal.
The final push is
I know for a fact that some of the most excited people are like waiting for payday because they want like the higher tiers, and so they're just they're hanging out
you can donate and then up your pledge later.
That's true. Nothing against that.
You can you can if you donate like if you have 10 to chip in now and you do that and then you get paid and you're like, money in my pocket. Better throw it at the PCP. You can go in and up your pledge and it's choose a new tier and everything.
When I got to go update the whole the stretch goal section with the new digitiers and stuff. All right, we'll do that after the episode anyway. All right. Well,
how long is the PCP light novel going to be? Like page count?
It depends. I mean, because I kept the first chapter short just because it's free. And
it's easily digestible, and it's a nice, start of the journey. So I
definitely think. I mean, the second chapter already will have to be considerably longer. But just think of it this way: every chapter will be multiplying the number of characters. So that's true. The sheer amount of time it takes to even have one interaction will naturally lengthen the chapters by way of how many characters are involved. So
I want to be written about. So get that to the. When am I coming in, like the last one or near the last one?
I think you're the third. You're the third batch. Next
chapter.
is Ben and I believe.
We're number chapter 2.
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean, not to spoil too much, but like, the idea is generally that the first 3 chapters each introduce 2 people, and then the last 2 chapters will be the actual attempt to get our shit together.
Right.
So.
Sounds fascinating.
Epic journey.
I kind of like. I was out with Munchie yesterday, and he was just sort of offhandedly mentioned that we were talking about new stretch goals, and so I come home and I just find this whole light novel scheme just kind of like fully formed and already in action, and I'm just like, well, okay, I guess that's happening too.
That's what happens when you're off the grid, I suppose.
It's true. Yeah, out with no phone.
God, it's barely even being alive at that point.
Man, I'm not sure. I might not be able to stream without my phone because my Twitch account is like 2-factor authenticated.
You should just like contact them and like try and tell them that. That's gotta be a thing that happens. You should take a little go to get in there. I bet they can help you out somehow.
I think there's ways to simulate phone apps on your desktop, but I'm not sure that would work for Twitch authentication.
Yeah, I don't know. I'll figure it out tonight, I guess.
Or using like Authy, or you're using
losing
like
your
a
phone
text
losing your phone fucking sucks ass.
It sure does. It sure does.
But I bet it was Brad. I bet Brad stole
fucking
it.
Brad.
Oh my god.
Garlinghouse.
When I saw that the accounts had been hacked, my first thought was somebody found my phone and got into the PCP account through it.
We know that
everybody
can't be
thought
the case.
Yeah.
Everybody thought the death of the PCP was going to be like our content going downhill or all of us fighting each other and hating each other. But no, it's just losing access to all our fucking channel.
No, it's just Russian hackers.
Yeah.
And all in one it's because like I'm just logged in to these accounts. I mean, you don't think that just being logged in is going to put you in danger, but
it seems like it's a pretty sophisticated program.
This was definitely very sophisticated. So I mean, I
Never
did not
download
expect
anything.
Like this. Don't download more RAM, guys. Do not do it. It's not good. Oh, by the way, Ben, I forgot. Right in front of me, I have your package with your precious vape juice that I need to ship out.
How could you have not sent? I know we've got a lot on
sorry.
our minds, Nate, lately, but frankly, I'm disgusted that you
Okay,
haven't
tell you
sent
what.
it to me.
Wait,
I crave the juice.
I will check if the mail is closed. If it is open, I will go immediately after we're done recording and go send it. If not, I'll do it tomorrow.
I crave the flav. Ors.
Indeed, I understand.
This is
I don't.
Dude, this is because of like weird draconian laws put in place about like certain kinds that you used to be. Have I explained this already? I don't want to be redundant, but like
I think in general. But
these are vape juices that they will no longer sell in Massachusetts. So I had to order them to send them to you, so you could send them to me. Because like vendors are handcuffed now.
Dude, I don't know if you guys have seen this on YouTube. I'm pretty sure in several places I've seen ads. And I think I was just listening, so I wasn't watching. But like I've heard they're trying to get kids addicted to flavored vape. You wouldn't buy a flavored cigarette, would you? Say no to vape. It's untested and dangerous.
Who wouldn't
on
buy
YouTube,
a flavored
I'm seeing
cigarette?
ads of this
like,
shit.
What the fuck are they talking about?
I know.
Something like that. Paraphrasing.
Some of the people that came to like RFCKCon like smoke and or vape, and like I've talked and elsewhere too. I've talked to a bunch of people that are like, yeah, I was vaping, but now I can't get them, so I'm smoking again. And
what the fuck?
Yeah,
we
did it.
Happen?
Congratulations, you did it.
It's almost like this
God.
was the tobacco industry's plan the whole time.
It's almost
Oh
like
my God.
I mean, 100%.
really makes you think.
Okay, a question
Surely the
for an
tobacco
ignorant man.
company would have like tried to like worm and weasel their way into this new thing.
I was gonna ask
that's
if
what
they
I've
control it
heard
or
is
not.
that
Well, they probably
the
want to
tobacco
destroy the
companies
old-
do
Yeah.
own a lot of the vaping companies, though. So
Look, they must know. I mean,
But they're going
sure,
after
like China,
Juul,
they smoke like
almost
chimneys and.
exclusively, right? Isn't Juul the one suffering the most from this?
I mean, it's the biggest company, so I would
Yeah,
assume.
so
it
like they're
probably-
just trying to get their biggest competition out of the way.
And then
They don't care.
Jump
They're
into
making money from cigarettes
prob-
anyways.
that's true.
They'll probably get into the market as soon as like Juul is obliterated,
And that- I was
once
gonna
they can
say-
once they can buy it out.
At least in the American market. I mean, I know they're putting all these regulations so that vapes are going to be in like the same category and you can't do them and stuff. But like cigarettes are like they're falling off a cliff in terms of usage, like nationwide, as I
Right,
understand
'cause-
it. And I know in like
Because
abroad,
vaping was like, hey,
but
what if
still.
like smoking didn't have to be a miserable experience, that you just got your nicotine and then the rest was just kind of like mediocre
just
to
like a
unpleasant.
cool
Like,
cloud
for
from
what
your mouth?
it's
Like,
worth,
fuck
I
yeah.
I enjoy smoking cigarettes a lot more than vaping, but
well,
well, I'm not
I
speaking
mean,
to any individual's experience.
It's not
I just
exactly
mean-
the same. I understand they have a slightly different appeal. That being said, when I had access to vape, I completely quit smoking.
Right.
And after I hadn't smoked for a while, I was like, ugh, cigarettes, disgusting, gross.
Are you still of that opinion?
No, I'm back on the analogs, and I hate it.
Oh no!
I
You see
hate
what
it.
you've done, vapes. You see
Thanks,
what you've
Charlie
done.
Baker.
Oh man!
what type are you smoking now?
I don't know, like Marlboro NXTs or Camel Crush or whatever, the menthol
Type
shit.
2.
Magnum extra large.
Just like a few. I'm not like never been like a pack a day smoker or anything.
oh boy!
But I want it to end. I
Just
don't,
call
I
our
don't
mother
like
and
it.
tell her you're stepping into your fucking grave, Ben.
It's a
Just tell her with
it's a
your own
filthy
2
habit.
words.
It's a filthy habit, especially for a star athlete.
That's true, no doubt about it. How are you ever gonna hit your 600-pound squat like this, Ben? How? Tell me
not.
how.
It's not gonna happen. It's
Oh,
all
the
thanks.
dreams.
It's all thanks to
They're
big
crashing.
tobacco.
600-pound.
It's doable. It's doable. That's a reasonable goal.
Reasonable.
Okay, maybe
I mean-
500. I mean, I personally spotted a guy in high school who was squatting 500 pounds, and it was totally sick.
But was he going parallel?
I can't remember. I was too aroused by his rippling muscles. I was distracted. So,
If he went full
Hashtag
parallel, that would be an
gay.
impressive, surely an impressive squat.
I mean, he looked like the kind of man I want to look like. So honestly, that's the only reason I work out. I only work out for
a high
aesthetics for no
schooler.
other reason. A high school boy. That's right. That's right. For the record, I was younger than him at the time. To
Sure.
be clear about what's going on here.
Yeah,
He was my senpai.
So there I was, 28 years old, squatting teens in my local, spotting them at the gym.
I mean, if they're squatting
just my
500.
usual haunt.
If they're doing a cool 500, I mean,
Actually-
they're clearly able
They know
to
they know
consent.
something. They know
Yeah.
something.
Actually, Nate, aren't you? Are you
Yeah.
30 yet?
I'm 29 still. I'm creeping up there. For
some reason, I
Hell
thought
yeah,
you were
bro.
more
I'm
older
gonna be
than
dead.
that,
It's depressing. It's very depressing.
Lol, Lamau.
Coming for all
Dab,
of you,
dab,
you
dab.
motherfuckers.
There's just no hope for this world.
No.
I've basically given up on like technology progressing to me being immortal. So I'm slowly accepting
Dude,
that
it's
death
fine.
is
We're
come
all
for
gonna
me,
die
you know?
really soon. The coronavirus is gonna kill us all. Thanks, China.
Oh
You did
yeah,
it
that's
again.
right. I guess that's true. True.
Yeah, I started hearing about this coronavirus. Is that okay? Are we good?
We don't know yet.
No. Short answer, no. Long answer,
Nice.
if you find out that it has arrived in your city, don't go outside.
Look, sure. I mean, okay, that's what they said about what? Fucking the flu, the chicken flu, the fucking bird flu, the fucking
bird flu?
anthrax
Wait, what's the bird
scares.
flu?
Swine flu.
It never
Ebola.
amounts to anything, and everyone
Wait,
gets all
wait.
excited.
Well,
for
That's
it
that.
amounts
not,
to
that is
something.
not
Die.
true. Sometimes it amounts to something.
Okay,
This one is.
It amounts to some amount of death.
Everyone's
Ebola-
scared about Ebola.
Ebola
recently,
was
right? What did
bullshit,
Ebola
right?
cause?
Ebola killed like 7 people. Coronavirus
Okay.
has so far killed
Okay.
at least 60 people.
Okay, but
we
do
know
you-
there to be
Okay.
hundreds of thousands of people infected. Most
We're talking
Chinese
in
cities
China.
are locked down. It has come to America. It is spreading through Texas. It's in France. It's in Orange County. It's been identified somewhere in Virginia,
Right.
with only
Okay.
one case so
Oh,
far.
great.
Oh,
the
It
place
is
we're all
making
going
its way
to.
around.
Excellent.
Cancel
But note that
Redcon
survival
4.
rate. Note
Not in
that
Vir-
survival rate though. Thousands infected, 60 dead. That's pretty good.
No,
odds
that's
right
not the
there.
survival rate. It's the
That's
infection.
how many have died
the
thus
infection
far.
lays dormant in you for for weeks on end. So it's suspected that there are hundreds of thousands of people carrying it who don't know about it yet. But it's asymptomatic.
Okay.
Potentially in the air. It is very easy to get and very hard to notice if you have it. But
Yeah, I'm asymptomatic. Emphasis on simp. That's me.
There are some light parts to this though. You can be immune to it. It mostly
Okay.
kills older people or people with weakened immune systems.
Oh my God.
Okay.
We're finally getting rid of the boomers?
It's Ben,
Oh,
ben and
it's
Tom are
gotta-
vulnerable.
it's gotta take
Ben
out
and
the-
Tom are
it's gotta
going
take
down.
out- It's got to take out the boomers before the election.
That would be
Go
nice.
coronavirus.
This is the final bid against Bernie. This is their last ditch attempt to
Oh,
sabotage.
no.
The DNC is at the core of
this
this,
is gonna
guys.
propel Bernie. This is going to propel Bernie into office because only the young voters will be left.
Oh,
Well,
I guess that's true.
oh, I
Won't
thought-
he be dead though?
You're,
He's the
yeah,
oldest
I was
man alive.
thinking, won't like all of the candidates for the Democrats be dead except for Tulsi and Yang?
Yang just wins by default.
Tulsi Gabbard is finally going to get her chance. Tulsi v. Yang. Tulsi v. Yang is all that's going to be left.
Thank God. What a fucking future that
It's
would
just
be.
it's just going to be Pete Buttigieg.
Oh, right,
no,
right.
that's right, Pete.
Who's going to vote
well,
for
Yang's,
Pete?
Yeah.
Yang's polling
I'm just
above
saying, if
Pete
Pete
now,
Buttigieg
so-
does the floss dance at one debate, he's got my
You know
vote.
what?
He's got
I'm
my
glad-
vote.
I'm glad Yang's polling above Pete. You know, that's pretty.
I mean, it's not a
God.
huge accomplishment
Glad
considering
about it.
Pete's
Yeah,
a fucking
yeah.
joke, but you know what?
I certainly like Yang more. He seems more like a solid dude.
I
Did you
think I
guys
also
see?
like Yang
Did you
more.
guys see how the other day when there was that completely natural "vote for Bernie" hashtag that was going around? That the next morning there was a obviously very planted and fake of "I'm voting for Pete" hashtag. And if you
no.
if you were
Okay.
to click on it,
Okay.
most of them were "I'm not hashtag voting for Pete"
Yeah.
because he's clearly a
Pete.
CIA plant. Like that's like half the fucking.
He's going to take our weed, guys.
I saw hashtag hot girls for Bernie.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
that's
That's a powerful one. That's a powerful one. I'm all for Mommy Tulsi, though. I'm all in on
Tulsi's too hot. She can't be
She
president.
is too hot. It's weird. It's
not
distinctly
right.
weird.
It's not right.
Don't you want to
It's
be
not
able to
right.
say
Well,
you
did
jacked
you
off
see
to the
that
president?
Did you see that?
I already
Did you see that?
can,
Did
did you?
you
I
see
already
the
can.
Stefan Molyneux tweet about Tulsi? He did it again.
No. Did he do
an-
the eggs thing? Did he do
Yes,
the eggs thing?
he did
Oh
the egg
my
thing
my
again.
God.
He's like, she's 38, second marriage, no kids. Hope she thinks about having kids soon. Imagine how fun it would be to grow up in Hawaii. Time's running out. Ambition alone won't keep you company in old age.
Oh, I mean,
Holy shit!
as always, Stefan, spot on analysis, but perhaps
Holy
not the
fuck.
right time or place.
No, this is it. This is he generated a lot of buzz with the last one, so he's at it again.
I totally believe that he did it knowing the kind of reception.
I mean,
gets for
he
these
he
messages,
knows what
no doubt.
response the Taylor Swift one got. Yeah.
Yeah, no doubt,
He's
no
not
doubt.
he's not stupid.
I think at this point he's
Wait,
cashing his
egg
chips.
lord.
He's like, I don't need. He's like, okay, I put in some stats into like likability, like as a normal person to like. He's like, I'm cashing that in. I don't need that anymore. I'm ascending.
Wait, are you trying to say that calling Taylor Swift a dead egger is an unlikable move? Because that sounds fucking hilarious.
Dead egger.
Well, to some, to the feeble-minded.
Damn.
He's a mad lad. There's no doubt about it.
I think he's overreacting.
You think so?
Oh my god.
I mean, you can't make an omelet without a few dead eggs.
Rewind
right?
that. Play it back again. That was too good. If that's not the title of this episode, I don't know. Holy shit.
Fuck. No, you can't title it. I don't want it to be spoiled.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's a good
I
point.
woke
That's a
up-
good point.
So I got on Twitter
man.
today, this morning, and I see Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. That's a
did.
funny meme. That turns out
too
that's
bad.
real though.
Yeah,
It is
happened.
real. It
It did happen.
fucked up.
Okay, I thought it was a meme because didn't LeBron like just beat his like career score record like yesterday?
Holy, I don't know, bro. I don't know basketball.
I feel like yesterday I just happened to see like a trending hashtag about because like LeBron had like just surpassed Kobe in terms of like overall career scoring, and then like the next day Kobe explodes.
I mean, does anyone know like what happened? Like, did maybe someone intentionally fucking murdered them? Maybe I don't know. Was this? Or was
I
it
have
just
no
an
idea,
accident,
but
which
like
is obviously-
as I pointed out in the chat, somebody predicted this 8 years ago in a tweet that had shit tons of retweets and likes already. So I assumed that like maybe he's just a man who took a lot of helicopters and people just thought this was going to happen eventually. I have
That's
no
my
idea.
guess.
But
I was saying, if this happened to Bill Burr, I would have understood it because he historically he flies helicopters. He loves helicopters. I wasn't aware Kobe is an enthusiast or used them much, but clearly,
I mean,
there's some
he is
history
rich,
here.
isn't he? He's a basketball
He is rich,
boy.
no doubt about that. No doubt about that.
His daughter was in it too. His daughter.
Oh my
died.
God, are you fucking kidding me?
No, yeah, him and
Holy
his daughter were on the helicopter. And they
Jesus
fucking blew
Christ.
Up. Yep.
Okay,
Yikes.
that to me that rules out the suicide because I don't think the man would kill his daughter.
I would think so.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
just saying.
that was my. I was like, did he crash his own helicopter because he was so fucking mad about his record being beaten? I don't.
Wait. You say he's so mad? Like he's the specific emotion is he seething with the rage? I'll show you, LeBron.
He's on Twitter. He sees the hashtag trending with his record. He's like, darn it, and just like veers into the ground.
I'd lean towards despair. If
I don't
anything,
think so. I don't
probably
think
not.
so.
I guess it was probably. I mean, I don't know who was flying it. I don't know anything, but
I don't think he was personally piloting it.
I knew nothing about Kobe other than he was a good basketball player. He had a good smile. He seemed like a good chap. So rest in peace, bro.
I'm just a little embarrassed because I saw a tweet from Misanthropony of all people who was just like, boy, sure is sad that Kobe Bryant died in a helicopter crash. I thought it was a joke about his record being beaten. I'm like, ha ha ha.
Oh.
Classic map. Classic irreverent. Yeah. So he gave that a like. Turns out it's not a joke.
To be fair,
What if,
I probably would have assumed that as well if I hadn't seen it from a news source, like when it came on my timeline.
Right.
Boy, LeBron, you really got egg on your face now. Should
yeah.
have held off beating that record.
Man. Yep.
For
sure sad
for
that
shame.
famous guy
Have
died.
you no sense of decency,
rest
sir?
in peace.
Rest
to
in power,
the
Kobe.
guy. Yeah.
That's all I got. I don't know anything else
nothing
about Kobe.
Kobe
Nothing else to
Bryant,
say on the subject.
unfortunately. Well,
No.
no, I guess fortunately for myself, since I don't have to feel sad and.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
Should be
I want to talk a little bit about Sangetsu no Lion, the shogi boy anime.
Yeah.
Word.
Because I've been watching the second season, and it's beautiful and great. And I have, in conjunction with my brother, HGB Guy, who you can find on YouTube, and he makes weird videos. Go check him out. Lol. He does a lot of woodworking stuff and builds chairs now. He literally lets chairs. And he is like, he has the tools and the manpower. I think what we're doing together is I've told him about this anime. We're both watching it, and we're gonna make our own shogi board so that we can click the pieces on the little thing.
Do you have any desire to actually learn how to play, or just to click the pieces down?
I think it was good. It's going to be like a solid like 3
Bro,
hours
I've
of
got good
clicking the
news.
pieces, but then we might learn.
I actually learned how to play shogi when I was a young man, and for real, it's really not that much more complicated than normal chess. Except that, like,
I mean, that's what
it's
I
like checkers.
I figured. Like, I played chess.
It's not
when
that
I
hard.
was a
It's really not that
fucking
hard.
So
2-year-old.
as I
It's not like
understand it,
Go
though,
at all.
I mean,
Go is the insanely complicated one. This is,
Isn't but shogi is like.
Shogi is more like chess.
Shogi does have
basically
more.
just is chess with different rules.
I think shogi does have like a multitude more like possibilities than chess, though.
Well, the
Like, it's
pieces
even-
can evolve like in checkers, kind of. So that's a big factor. Yeah.
I tried to learn it in high school. I printed out like a set on paper and cut out pieces.
Yeah.
Good to know that Shogi's stealing
Well,
ideas
then
from Pokemon.
both of you obviously need to watch Sangatsu no Lion since you actually know anything about shogi. And
I know
it's-
a little bit. Yeah.
And
So
it's
I'm
the
getting
best
more like
show
very
ever.
basics.
It's so
I kind of wanted to watch. I read much of the Akagi manga, which is obviously about gambling mahjong. I do not understand the rules of mahjong one fucking bit, and I had no idea. And I think it actually did hurt my enjoyment because they're trying to be like, oh, he's got like a shitty hand, and they're like misleading you for when it's revealed he actually turned it into a really good hand with these moves. But because I don't understand the difference between the two, I'm like,
I
fine,
kind of
sure.
in Sangatsu they make it very clear through like visual aid and mind narration of certain characters to make it like very easy to follow along. I have no idea what's going on most of the time, mostly because shogi looks at a glance impossible to understand because they're all like Japanese characters on the things.
Right, if you don't know those, sure.
So like even if I'm learning a little bit, I in the brief moments where they show the board from top down view and you're supposed to if you know shogi you might be able to see what's going to happen. They spell it out, so nothing like goes over my head and I can follow along fine.
That's good.
It's just so fucking good of a show in general. It's not like I would compare it a little bit to, I mean, my anime and manga like knowledge is lacking, but Ice Shield 21, Nate, it has that same sort of.
It's one of my faves, and Ben's as well, I think.
Just
Wait,
in
which one?
terms of like
Ice Shield
making
21.
a.
Oh yeah.
In terms of making a show
Except for
about
that
a
racist
sport
part.
really good.
No, the
What
racist part was my favorite part, Ben. But yeah, I'm with you.
Oh yeah. No,
It's pretty
I remember
funny.
that.
It's pretty good racism as racism goes.
It's
I
not
prefer
like
the
the
term
same
biological essentialism, Ben. But
Yeah.
It's not the
It's
same
just
sort of.
black people's muscles. Just the rest
Just
of
black
us can
people's
never
muscles, man.
be great athletes.
Sorry, Gib,
it's not
please.
it's not exactly the same sort of shonen
Yeah.
like train montage thing, but like I don't know.
Is it
like the quality level?
Is it racist to say another race is better than yours?
Well, I mean, okay, it depends
yeah.
really what you mean by the word "better" in that context. Because for example, is it racist to say I believe Inuits are better at surviving in cold temperatures? Is that right? I mean, maybe by some definitions.
The thing about Ice Shield 21 is that it's like the moral is not like the white guy is mad that like the black guy was like a better athlete than him, but the moral at
He
some
learns
point
to get over that, though.
It kind of comes down to like it's not like you just gotta everyone has a
Just
great
bow
chef
down
can come
to-
a great
yeah.
chef can come from anywhere. It's black people are actually just better athletes. Like,
Well,
whoops.
okay, I mean, look, it's
I
true.
fucked up.
Look at the NBA, bro. Look at the NBA.
I
and
mean
NFL.
that there's been people who have said things like that throughout history.
Sure.
Like Hitler.
Sure. No, it's. I
God,
think
here
it's.
we go.
I mean, the message at the end is like, despite the natural genetic advantage that at least Panther has, that yes is heavily associated with black people's muscles in those words. It's like Sena is gonna just try hard and
Sena-
try to
I
beat
mean,
him
Sena
with his.
has his
He's
own-
he's a short Japanese
It's
frame.
the
He's just
same-
gonna
It's
do
a
his best
similar
and-
like sort of
yeah.
thing where like sometimes you'll never reach the top, but you got to keep going. It's just also happens to be about race, and that's what makes it weird.
It's pretty weird.
And I'm sure I like that part in Sangatsu no Lion where they were like, despite being, really high intellect East Asians, unfortunately, those damn Ashkenazi Jews with their higher percentage of IQ, we just can't compete against them, damn it. Oh, so close.
Wait, what are
so close.
What are Ashkenazi Jews?
Or Ashkenazi.
I actually
They're
don't
like,
know exactly what the difference is, but they're the ones that everyone says are smart and.
I just know it
powerful.
from people saying that. That's all I know. I couldn't tell you.
There's
I know about it.
You guys know Sean? He's a bread tube guy. He did a. He has
Yes.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
Fuck off. Sean's great. He's really good. He did a video.
no.
Fuck you. He did a video about the bell curve, the book, The Bell Curve. You know that one?
Right.
The one
right.
that's like, intelligence is heritable, and he just goes into how
Right.
like how it's not just people being like, oh, you can't say that, like that's unacceptable science, you can't. It's like the book like set out with a deliberate agenda to push a certain narrative. It does it in a weird way that isn't like scientifically rigorous. It's a good video. That's
If you say so.
What did that have to...
I mean, I've heard arguments to the contrary from people like Sam Harris, who read the book, and I mean, he said that it was pretty well sourced and good. I could be wrong.
Sam
That's
Harris
just I don't know.
keeps
Probably
bad
helps you
company,
read
and
the
I don't
book.
trust him.
Okay.
Don't actually know anything about Sam Harris, but whatever.
I like him for his religious stuff and his what's the word? Not determinist, but like self-control. What is it? Fucking
Self-determination?
whatever. You know what I'm talking about. Self-determination, yeah, versus determinism. That stuff. Free will. Sorry, free will was the word I was looking for.
Free will, aka that thing that's not real.
Exactly correct. But it seems like it is, so it's almost as good. About Sangatsu no Lion, I was gonna say that like I was surprised to hear from Digi's video recently about like the best anime of the last decade. Oh, that was his #1, which was pretty cool, and I really want to check it out. I watched episode 1 and loved the animation, and I remember vividly my favorite scene was when he like comes home to that family and everything goes from dark to like warm and fuzzy and
love
so.
that.
That's like it was
And the
so,
funny
and
thing
how
is,
all the girls are so fluffy and glowing.
That
It's
whole
beautiful.
part, that aspect of the show, I think, is one of its most like divisive elements, because there are some people
Divisive?
who they don't like the tone shifts, like the way that it goes from like so
Seems like that's the
extreme.
point, though.
That is the point. That's literally
Yeah,
the
yeah.
point. But I love that shit because it's the way that he's like completely in his own head, just like all these dark dots swirling, and it's like the super dark color palette, and then he enters that house, and it's like. It's like he literally can't be the person.
Bro,
he
you know
would
what that's
normally
like?
be.
That's like having a conversation on Twitter and then meeting up with your friend in real life.
Oh my god,
That's
it's
what
exactly like that. It's literally like when I get off the internet and do anything else.
Yep.
I love how much the show it's about his growth in ways that like a normal thing about a guy who's good at X sport or whatever it usually isn't about. It's like he's called a child prodigy or like a middle schooler, like a professional. And like my first thought is like, okay, so this is going to be about him meeting like shogi players and then beating them and then training and beating them and one after the other. But it's so much not really about that at all. It's all about him and the like all of the stuff that surrounds shogi in his life.
Yeah. Nate, did you ever watch Honey and Clover?
No, just saw a little bit of it here and there.
It's the same author, so it's very similar.
Oh, okay. It does look similar
storytelling
now that I think
style.
about it. Had a very
Update on the
fluffy look.
Brad situation. Brad Garlinghouse has been streaming for 3 hours. He is up to 3.4K live viewers.
That can't be right.
Way to go, Brad.
It was definitely
Pulling
up
some
before
great numbers.
12 when I woke up.
Maybe he ended and started a new stream.
He did it got taken down and restarted at one point.
I wonder if
Brad's just killing it.
if you're gonna get the AdSense after this all comes back. Hopefully.
I would assume not because because AdSense is tied to your Google account, so probably the AdSense for this will go to whatever Google account the channel is tied to.
Yeah. Anything done during this time, I would estimate. So, like, all my videos that are still getting views here and there, probably all go into his account. I mean,
that.
look, if it's just like 1 month's worth of pay, that ain't gonna break the bank. One couple of AdSense money.
It is
from
going
here,
to
but,
break Brad Garlinghouse's spine as we go annihilate him.
I hope. Shit, what was I gonna say? I don't know. Obviously, it's fucked up. Please give it back, Brad. Come on now. Come on. We got enough crypto.
We're all gentlemen here.
Let's all.
We're both businessmen, Brad. You and I. We can work something out.
As I pull back the trigger on my revolver, put it directly at the back of his head. Just log into the account, transfer it on over, and we can end this peacefully.
Shall we go to voicemails?
I'm ready. I'm ready if everybody else
do
wants
it.
to.
Oh my god. It's already been over an hour. That was a fast hour.
We had a lot to talk about today. Time
really
goes
did.
by fast. We're having fun. And despite everything bad going on right now, that it is kind of fun to talk about. Oh, there was one other thing I was going to say, which was just like, I am so excited to play the victim card. I cannot wait to get out there, mix it up, and finally have some victim status to cash in on.
Nate,
oh boy.
You know, you just brought up something that I do think is kind of an interesting topic, just to touch on a little, which is...
Sure.
So, something I don't understand about people on the internet is everybody takes themselves so fucking seriously and their opinions so seriously. And I have to feel like if you are capable of taking all this stuff so seriously, you must not realize how bad things really are. Because if you did, you'd just kill yourself. Like if I took if everything that happened that I found out about that was terrible, like affected me to the extent that it should, I would just be dead in an afternoon. Like there's so much fuck shit on this planet Earth, and I just spend all day thinking about it, and the only way to get through it is to just make it funny for yourself. Like, I mean, we've talked about this before, how, like, I don't understand how people can say, like, oh, you can't joke about that. It's like, well, then how am I supposed to deal with it? But, like, I seriously think those people must just not realize, like, how bad things really are.
I mean, there's one, like, philosophy or, like, there's one operation going on there, which is, like, in your life, you selectively can decide what it is you choose to spend your time thinking about and dwelling on. Yeah. And you could be like a Mother Teresa and choose to dedicate your whole life to, like, individual suffering. And, you know, maybe the world would be a better place if everybody did that. Like getting down in the dug, a Maiden Estrella style from Demon Souls, and taking all the filth of the entire world on your shoulders.
I'm not even
to, like, try to help.
I mean, what I'm saying is, like, because I feel like I do go out of my way to find out, like, what bad is happening. And it's not that I don't care. It's that, like, acting serious about it will kill you. Like, the stress, the depression, just thinking about it is like, fuck. It's like, if you don't make jokes about it, I don't know how you could deal with it. If you literally were, like, paying attention to, like just thinking about what's going on right now. It's like we, are in conflict in the Middle East still. There's missiles going around. Even I think today, like Iraq or there was missiles landing by our bases in Iraq or whatever. Who, by the way, had like a million-man protest to try to get us out of their country, which of course we're ignoring and barely reporting on. You've got the coronavirus. You've got the Epstein scandal still going on. Fucking no one knows where Ghislaine Maxwell is still. Like, I mean, it's just like there's so much stuff. And again, like, if you don't joke about it, I really don't think that anybody who knows how much is going wrong could survive taking it as seriously as the way people take the few things they do care about on Twitter.
Here's my hypothesis. I think it's these people do know the world is fucked up, so they choose to ignore it and just try and delve into media and stuff. And so when small little infractions happen in the media, that's their escapism. They blow a gasket because they have no ability to deal with conflict.
Because it definitely is true that the people I see who act like babies about that kind of content are the people who seem to have the least perspective on, like, how fucked things are, you know? So I think you might be onto something there. I think these people are sheltering themselves, and so they don't even realize how bad it really is.
Right.
And they're complaining about shit that doesn't matter. Like,
I mean, considering, like, the hacks and stuff going on right now, I mean, for me, I think I'm a pretty open-eyed guy. I mean, in general, I know I've got my own perspective and all that stuff. I'm not thinking about the wars going on every second of the day and all that stuff. But, like, when it comes to something like this, like, I try to just gather all the information, and I'm like, okay, like, what's the worst case scenario? The worst case scenario here is that, like, these channels are gone forever. I'm like, okay. If that happens, you know, it's not like everybody who's interested in my work is gone from the world. You know, I'll rebuild. And, like, hey, I'm not going to lie. I think about things like historically, I remember to this day, like, moments when, like, Dr. Wolf's channel got taken down. He came back and, like, doubled his sub count in a day. I mean, hey, there's probably some kind of silver lining.
I didn't know that happened to Dr. Wolf.
I mean, that was, like, early days, but, like, I always think about that as an example. Like, Mumkey Jones, when his channels got taken, they come back, and obviously later on, things got worse for him, but early on, he did experience some stuff like this. Yeah. So, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, in my overall arc of life of just trying to survive doing YouTube, like, is this a setback? Sure. But will I be able to, one, like, make it funny and possibly, you know, entertain people with a funny story that happened? Probably. Probably, and it won't do anyone any good to just sit around and be upset. I got all that out of the way, like when I first noticed, but now I'm over it.
Remember when Monkey's channel got taken down and he went around talking about how his life was over and got addicted to drugs and started cheating on his girlfriend, and now his channel is up to 150,000 subscribers again? What a fucking pussy.
That's a pretty good example. Whatever you say about Monkey, it's all fine, but I mean, when we all saw that, we were like, I mean, yeah, Monkey, this is really bad. That's true, but like, this seems too dramatic a reaction.
Dick Masterson built him a website. Like, what the fuck? I would love to have a website built by Dick Masterson.
I mean, I suppose I could say, like, what position am I in to judge someone who's lost their website? Except that at this very moment, I am someone who has fucking lost multiple YouTube channels and shit. So I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a
not
little
even
bit
just
situation.
yours, but collaborative products.
No, like all of yours too. Whoops, sorry guys.
Yeah.
And thank God you guys are all pretty cool about it so far.
But we're actually having it. But Nate, the thing is, we're actually having a secret meeting once this is over to vote on kicking you. Sorry.
Well, I mean, obviously we're just waiting until RadCon when we have you in person.
Let me just say, all right, that makes sense. You should wait till after RadCon until the money gets paid out, because right now it's all going to my bank. So like. You're just going to want to wait until
No, don't say that. Brad's always listening. He'll go for that next.
Oh, no, Brad. Oh, shit. Whoopsie daisy. There it all goes, guys. There goes the Kickstarter too.
At least it seems like, I mean, think about this though. Like, this thing was on your computer. It could have affected more than your YouTube channel.
That's what I said. That's why I said to reformat immediately.
Yeah, and I'm gonna reformat. I would have done it already. I'm like, I don't want to have to redo months of work. So I'm using like other machines.
Years of savings when his bank account's emptied.
I mean, maybe I'm changing my passwords. I'm doing all the stuff I should do, but it seems like the one. I mean, consider the fact these guys approach me through an email. They're like, "Hey, you're a known YouTuber. We want you to sponsor this video." Seems like their main target was YouTube, and obviously they could have put other stuff in there, but like, it seems like that's the only thing I've noticed any effectiveness with. The only thing that like really could have been targeted the way they did it. So overall, I'm not too worried about the rest of my life being destroyed or anything. So I guess we'll see. It could happen.
Just the important part.
Just kind of like the main livelihood thrust. I mean that I'll survive.
It's almost a little bit relieving that the stream went up because we at least know what their goal was. Like up until that point, there were days of just like, well, all the accounts have been stolen. We don't know why or for what fucking purpose, but.
That's true. And considering, like I said this before, like the stories that people have gotten their accounts back after like maybe 2 weeks or so. Yeah. I mean, it's already been, 3-4 days. Hopefully, we're already well into that timetable. I don't know. I guess we'll see.
It's reassuring that you're talking to a human.
Yeah, fine. Like you start with a bot, you get a ticket created, and then they put you through via email to what appears to be an actual human. So I think
all right. Well, it's 4:44, so in the name of Jay-Z, let's listen to voicemails.
Yeah.
Sounds good. All right. So again, fucking the damn bot is broken, so we got to listen to them by clicking on them. Right. But if you want to leave voicemails, go to the SpeakPipe link down below, which miraculously is still active and people can submit voicemails to, even though we haven't paid and we're way beyond the total capacity. I can't explain it, and neither can anyone else. But we're going to listen to them here, so leave your voicemails there. All right, first one is from Cringe. Do you guys have it pulled up?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Wait, I got it.
Yep, everybody good?
No,
okay,
wait.
On the count of three? You got it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. On the count of three, let's all click on Cringe. Here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, PCP. All this RadCon 4 creative hype has me wanting to try and put myself out there in the form of video game streaming. Thing is, I'm an introverted motherfucker. And last night, on my very first ever stream, within an hour, I had 200 of my Facebook normie friends watching my stream, hopping in chat,
Those are good numbers.
BSing with me.
Numbers.
Now, the thing is, I am a total cringe lord. I don't know how to deal with this many people, and I was just wondering how all of you do it. Gib, what's your advice? You seem more the introverted type like myself. How do you put yourself out there for the internet peoples? I'd really like to try and get myself out there and make a hobby out of this, if nothing else. No monetary goals in mind. Any input would be highly valued. Thanks for your time, guys.
What the fuck kind of introvert has 200 Facebook friends to watch their stream?
If you're getting 200 viewers,
that's like you're like the top 1% of Twitch. If you're getting
that's
200
staggering.
viewers.
Like I Am Games rarely broke 100 viewers in its entire existence.
On YouTube, I was able to get significantly more streams than viewers than I did on there. Maybe Facebook is also way more.
Oh, he was on. Right. Was he streaming on Facebook?
Yeah, I think so.
Oh, okay.
It probably is a different.
I have no idea.
Speaking personally, I have 79 friends on Facebook, so literally not enough for this to happen.
So,
all right. He was asking you. Yeah.
I clicked the thing, but it took a while to load, so I was out of sync. So I may have missed. So, what was his question exactly?
He said he's a cringe lord and he's introverted, but he did a stream yesterday, got 200 viewers on Facebook, it seems, but he feels, I guess, nervous about it because he got more people than he expected. He was asking for advice on how to make a hobby out of it and not feel bad.
If you have like a big chat, like you can kind of just ignore I mean, not completely, but you can kind of just let the chat interact with itself for like long stretches or like for significant stretches. You don't have to worry too much about it.
I mean, in terms of like being introverted and putting yourself out there anyway, it's just a matter of doing it a lot of times. I mean, if you listen to like early episodes of the TCP or the Horsecast, I am like even more meek than now. I'm still like not the loudest person, but like in general, I've improved a lot in terms of being able to speak. Not just on podcasts, but like in conversations. So just do a lot of streams, I guess.
It's interesting that he chose the word introvert because like I would consider myself an introvert. I don't think of streaming as talking to people. Like it's just talking to myself in front of people. That might be why it's easier for me. Like the abstraction of the fact that it's just names that I don't know who they are. Makes it not feel like I don't feel like I'm public speaking.
Facebook and all these people,
maybe he knows all these people.
That will definitely be a different feeling.
I mean, I would not want to stream to what he said, quote, normie friends on Facebook. First of all, get rid of these fucking normie friends. What the hell?
They're his friends. I mean,
why?
If you don't like them, then
fuck normie.
If they aren't donating, get them the fuck out of there.
Yeah. This is a pay-to-play community here on my Facebook, guys. So
gotta turn those players into payers.
Snapchat.
Oh no.
Well, I think Gibbs' advice is right.
Indeed.
You clearly like doing it. I would say here's just a plan you can use. I would say the more you do it, the more comfortable you'll be. So that's fine. Maybe just give yourself like a little bit of make a plan for yourself, like know what you're gonna do, how long you're gonna do it. You can post ahead of time if you want people to know. Then it's a known quantity. You start and stop at a time. There's no pressure on you to do more or whatever, and you can just relax, interact with the chat as much or as little as you please, and just get the experience under your belt. And you'll be fine. If there's 200 people watching, you're already doing something right. I
think the most important thing is that like you just started, it's not going to be amazing. So like just understand that like not being super entertaining is part of the process. Practice is going to make you much better at speaking. You're going to get a feel for not only how you like interacting on stream, but what your audience responds to. It's a give and take between like the viewers and you, and you'll just kind of like become more comfortable with it. So like I just think the best thing to do is just keep pushing onward.
I mean, Kobe Bryant wasn't a great helicopter pilot on his first day. Oh,
God.
Forgive him. Too soon, dude.
I'm sorry, Kobe.
That joke crashed and burned, man.
All right, let's go to the next one. Even I feel bad about that one. All right, let's go to the next one. I'm honest, I haven't even absorbed that fact. It's so weird that actually happened in real life.
It is very strange. It feels like a Family Guy skit more than like a real.
Some people joke to cope. All right, let's go to the next one. This is a camel quandary. Is our next voicemail. No. All right, everybody ready?
Yep.
Ready to click?
Yeah.
All right, on the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, PCP, I'm going to try and keep this short and sweet. As I'm sure you're well aware, camels are quite adept at dispensing bile great distances. They spit as a self-defense mechanism or kind of on command for their amusement. If you were to have a camel genetically modified to dispense any liquid in this manner you so desire,
heavy cream,
what liquid would that be and why? For the purposes of this
Ben
exercise,
just be making out with a
camel
camel
must be
getting that
altered,
cream.
and the liquid selection will not affect the camel's well-being. Let's say you chose something like lava. The camel could then spit the lava, and it would not catch on fire from the
Thank you for
inside or be
clarifying.
harmed in any way. Curious to know your thoughts on this.
Wow.
Have a
Coconut
good one.
milk.
What a camel quandary.
Anything keto is fine.
Come.
No doubt.
Camels
blood.
already do that
I
from
just
a
want
different
blood.
orifice.
I guess I'd take Huel. Just squirt Huel everywhere.
I don't want to
I
catch
can,
fucking camel spit.
We all go straight to like liquid we want to consume from its mouth.
Like, what? How can we use this camel to nourish ourselves?
I mean,
It just saves money, dude. It just saves
That's
money.
true. That's
my
true.
choice is, of course, weed.
That's not a liquid.
It's not a liquid.
It can be a liquid.
The oil, the vapable oil.
The
Oil.
vapor.
Thank you. I was
just-
trying to remember the word. The oil was the word I was looking for. Yeah,
It's actually
weed
not a
oil.
bad
Okay.
choice.
Start
I might-
herding camels, you just run around with buckets trying to catch spit.
I was
Actually,
gonna
I
say
don't know.
stevia because that's just expensive.
Stevia.
That's also a solid, isn't it? Isn't that like a powder?
You can get it-
You can get it liquid.
Okay.
I didn't even know that.
Steve,
Just pop open one of my fucking seltzers, like, I want it to be a little sweeter. Camel
wait,
comes
wait.
over.
I've got it. Water.
Yeah.
They've already got their own water. Like, if I'm on the desert and a camel's spitting water, that's great.
Aren't they already spitting water?
It's
He said
spit,
it was
though.
bile.
It's bile.
Bile.
Like,
It
you
said
can't drink
bile.
that.
Oh, nasty.
Ew, gross.
If it was like pure, clean
Where there's a
drinking
will,
water.
there's a way.
Pure, clean drinking water isn't bad. We should get, in Dungeons and Dragons, there are a bunch of different dragon types, and everyone has like a different type of breath weapon. These are probably like their younger cousins, a different type of camel that each spits
wait.
a different substance.
Speaking of Dungeons and Dragons, I made a tweet
Yeah.
a few days ago saying I was like getting into Critical Role, like hardcore, because I am. I'm addicted. I love the show.
Right.
It's great. And a bunch of people have responded to that tweet saying, do D&D at RadCon 4, make it a stretch goal, we paid
Dude,
for it.
oh yeah, I talked about this. I thought we should play the Chuck Tingle pen and paper RPG.
Oh my god.
A live
not a
stream
bad idea.
of a D&D session is a pretty good idea.
I mean, that's what
would
Critical
say.
Role is, and it's great.
It doesn't even need to. We
Okay.
could like make it with good production. With
Every
Victor
now and
Graham
then
or
I
something.
have
don't
this
know.
idea that like, man, we should do like a PCP like D&D
No,
game
okay.
or something.
Rather
And I
than-
absolutely think we should do it.
I'm not as interested in doing D&D as so you guys don't know about this, but Don Jolly, my friend, has a role-playing game that he made called Gorefest that's really fucking cool, and there's a video of him doing a live Gorefest session. They actually got a venue in New York City and did a live Gorefest. And it's basically a game that is meant to emulate like 80s action movies. And but it's very streamlined. It's way less rule intensive. The way it plays is how we would want to play D&D. So I think we should look into doing Gorefest. He's got all the rule sheets up on
does not have
Encyclopedia
to
Zone.
be. It definitely does not have to be D&D specifically. Like
No, not
nobody.
Yeah, this
nobody
is a good idea in
cares about
general,
that.
though. Yeah. There's okay.
Here, I'll
let's
link you
revisit
guys
this
to
issue.
the
It's a good idea.
to the Gorefest rulebook. But it's
Is
pretty
there
simple.
is there like a GM for Gorefest as well? Like,
Okay.
Yeah, you need a
players?
GM.
Well, I was talking
Okay.
to my friends IRL are big into like tabletop games, and my friend was telling me he told me about the Chuck Tingle, the Tingleverse pen and paper game, which sounds pretty
Right,
funny.
right.
There's also one. This is an official thing. There is a Wendy's.
Yes, there is.
And you gain like bonuses in combat by eating like Wendy's menu items.
You do.
Yeah.
This is-
So
Well, like literally in real life doing that?
yes,
in real life.
in real life. So we should definitely get on that.
And so I'm
I
gonna link you
really hope
guys-
there's a Wendy's near RadCon.
I'm gonna link you guys the video of the live Gorefest because it is a lot of fun, and it was about the mission to kill Jeffrey Epstein. It was four assassins had to compete.
I want to watch
see
this
who could kill
irregardless
Jeff
of whether I
Epstein.
want to play
That's
this
pretty
game.
good.
It just sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
That does sound good. That does sound good.
You gain bonus XP if you can recover the flight logs.
All right. Well, let's go to our next voicemail already. We got a bunch. All right. Next one is number 3 is just fan meetup, please. Are you ready? Ready to click?
Yep.
Ready to go?
Yeah. I'm ready.
Is that a yes?
Oh
Yes.
shit!
Okay.
Shit,
on the count
wait,
of 3, here we go.
Yes.
Okay. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hello, PCP. So, a couple episodes ago, there was mention of a possible fan meetup during RadCon 4, and I was wondering if you guys were still having that idea to fit that into the busy RadCon 4 schedule. I know you guys already have so many backer rewards, but I'm sure there are so many people who would love to meet you. I personally would have to buy a plane ticket and find a place to stay, but I would do that in a heartbeat if it meant that I got to meet my favorite content creators. So I'm wondering if that was still an idea you guys were having. Thank you.
Whoa.
Well, there you go.
I mean,
people have spoken.
We were talking about it in the Discord group, our Discord. Yep. I mean, I think it's a good idea. And
it is a good idea.
I didn't weigh in at the time, but I like the idea.
I had reservations mostly because of like potential like problems with like, I don't know, people flying out and finding a place to stay, and then like the weather shit, or like we don't have a venue and it's sort of. It's lame.
There were some
I saw that conversation, and like Munchie was talking, and I basically agree with Munchie 100%. Like if we just say a time and a place, like it's up to them to figure it out.
Let me just say, because this was fucking retarded to me. There was talk from Munchie of like literally letting everyone into the house where we're doing RadCon. I don't
think we should have the meetup at the house.
Fucking retarded.
No,
okay, but as long as we don't do that.
I mean, that's against the house rules, so we couldn't even do that anyway.
Okay, great. Now I have an actual point I can make against that. All right, well, there you go. But I mean, yeah, I think we all really like that idea. We would definitely put some big asterisks like go at your own risk. We cannot promise a good time. Yeah. This is just like a
nobody can promise that.
I mean, I guess
it's impossible
right in the grand scheme of things. Every child is born with only a guarantee of suffering and nothing else.
We also cannot promise that people will even enjoy the content from RadCon 4. So
that's true.
No.
At least they know from our history what our content. Whereas, like, if they were actually at RadCon, they'd know what a bunch of disgusting, degenerate losers who don't do anything cool we all are, and how we selectively pick
I'll say
and
this,
falsely represent our real lives.
While I do think the idea of a fan meetup is a good idea, I don't think where RadCon 4 is taking place in Virginia, I don't think it will be that fun of a place to have a meetup, but I do think it would be a good idea to, after, when we do whenever the next RadCon time rolls around, to do what you guys were saying earlier and literally do a convention. Yeah. Like, get an actual space.
I mean, I think we can do both.
I think the fucking guys who play Slime I don't think it being in Virginia Beach is like a problem. No. Like any place we wanted to do it would present its own logistical challenges, and I mean this is when like the most of us are going to be in one place at one time. It seems like a natural time to do it.
I'm just saying, like a meetup at RadCon 4 will be potentially pretty cool, and most likely expensive for whoever needs to get there.
What do you guys think we would do at this RadCon?
I mean, we wouldn't have to
I had one thought.
We could just like go out somewhere and be like, meet us at the park. Or meet us
literally, I just thought it might be fun, for example, to like have a volleyball game or something like that, and like that was literally what I thought would be fun.
Sure, I mean,
and then it's just an excuse to hang out with people,
fly a kite,
and maybe get some cool footage for Victor for part of the whole thing.
Okay, here's one thing. Here's an idea that might work, which would be if we did it, because where RadCon is actually happening is not technically in Virginia Beach; it's in Norfolk. But Virginia Beach, the actual oceanfront, the coastline, is a gigantic, huge commercial tourist beach that is just a line of about 200 hotels. So, and the hotel on the very end of that is fairly cheap. So if everybody was going to stay there and we did it at the actual beach, which means we come to them, that would be good. Because there'd be plenty of shit to do. There's literally volleyball nets there already set up.
That sounds great.
There's tons of shit
water.
to do at
the ocean.
Oceanfront.
What about this? We march down the beach in a giant mob and we protest legalize PCP. This is our big protest.
You stole the RFCK-Con slime protest idea.
I will
say we already did that for slime.
But
we can do it again.
The oceanfront is crawling with cops, so I would be a little bit not trying to draw too much attention to ourselves.
Did I mention that the slime protest, the cops actually like rolled up and like stared at us, and then were just like, fuck it, and like left. They didn't give a shit.
In the first week that Pokemon Go came out, like everyone was hanging around at UC, the Cincinnati University, and like everybody was there. I was there. A whole bunch of fucking people were there, and like the cops also just rolled up. And they're like, "What's going on out here?" And then they just kept on going. Yeah. But there was like an unbelievably large amount of people in this one convention or in this one little entrance where there was like 4 Pokestops directly next to each other. Understandably so. So. Yep.
But yeah, I mean,
Cops are good boys.
if we did it at the oceanfront, I would say it would be reasonable, because even if people weren't just coming to see us, there would actually, it's a tourist location. There's automatically things. I will say though, like, you know, have money if you're gonna do this.
It's your responsibility. But I mean, this girl right here, she's clearly saying like, I'll take care of myself. I want to hang out.
Yeah,
come say hello.
That's what you do.
Like, if they know going with their eyes open, then hey. That's cool.
We don't really have to like promise. We don't really have to like do or like provide much of anything else beside like we will be there. That's the point.
But that's the main thing. And the only thing I'm worried about, like, if it rained that day or something, I would just want like, okay,
no
if
one's
something
gonna
goes wrong,
we'll just go inside somewhere. We'll go to.
Well, yeah, we'll just like tweet and let people know where we're at instead or something.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, hell, we'll probably do something like that.
As long as we're at the oceanfront, there will be plenty of places we can bust. Just, you know, I mean, it's a place that is designed to host large numbers of tourists. Like
the Virginia Beach.
Is it okay?
So nice.
Is it okay to film? I assume it would be with Victor's camera and everything, because we could do like.
I film music videos there. In fact, if you want to see the spot I'm talking about, watch the Sad Boy Anthem music video. It's all filmed at the oceanfront.
Because like we could make a lot of footage from that be like part of the OVA that we have to make now, because that stretch goal is reached.
Well, that's exactly what I was thinking. Where would we film those
synergy?
Things?
Be an extra in the OVA, but don't come if you have money problems.
If you're interested,
we're not responsible for anything.
Should this be like a stretch goal?
I don't know.
I think we should do it no matter what.
We're already pretty kitted out on stretch goals.
Yeah, but my fear is that people who would donate more will instead buy plane tickets.
Well, maybe. I mean, will it be like backers
I think it should be a
only?
side thing.
Well,
no,
nothing's going to
stop people from.
I mean,
yeah, nothing could stop them from just showing up. Like. If
true.
they wanted to.
True.
Okay, we will work this out later. We'll keep you posted on what the fuck's the deal, people. So don't worry about it. We'll get back to you. All right, let's go to our next voicemail already, which is I'll die on getting a Huel sponsorship. All right, ready to click, everybody?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Good to go?
Yep.
All right, count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Nate, if you're really serious about getting this Huel sponsorship, then you need to do one vital thing first, and that's stop giving them free advertising. You always talk about how you love the product and you think it's great and that they need to give you a sponsorship. But why would they start paying you to do something that you are already doing? You're already an advocate for the company. That would just be a loss for them and would make your message seem a little less trustworthy because now you're getting paid to say it.
So by this logic, you should have express no positive feelings about a product until you're sponsored.
Yeah.
Well,
I think that's probably true.
I do think
for monetary gain,
there's some credibility to that, but I do think that like if you know your audience sees how much you hype Fuel and then they actually like did something for you, the audience would respect that, you know.
I mean, that's true. I know for a fact many people have gotten into Huel due to my love of the product. Or, I mean, at least some.
I'll say that I
many
literally did free promo for fucking Kona Grill barbecue sandwiches for a long time, and they eventually sent me 2 $25 gift cards to Kona Grill, which I have not been able to use because they shut down almost all the Kona Grills.
Oh, yeah.
It was that put them over the edge. That cut into their profit margins.
Oh.
They were like, we're gambling it all on these 2 $25 gift cards.
Also, the nearest one to me is in Baltimore, the one that we've been to. So.
Oh yeah, maybe one day. Hey, we'll see. But fucking if okay, so perhaps I will tamp down on the Huel praise and up my attempts to actually reach someone at the company until something gives one way or another. All right, next one. Next one is simply called I Hate Teenagers.
No, teenagers, it says.
I might have misspelled that because I retyped them when I'm doing this. But let's call them teenagers. All right, the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, PCP. My wife, for her job, works with teenagers. And so that means far more often than I would like in my life that I have to be around teenagers. And I fucking hate them.
That sounds
as a bunch of guys in their late 20s or early 30s who are constantly surrounded by annoying teenagers and their fan base. How the fuck do y'all do it? How do I spend more than 15 minutes around these awkward fucks without wanting to blow my brains out?
Well, it helps that helps that we're interfacing with them through the internet,
Right.
where
You
you
know-
don't have to deal with as
You know
much
what?
of it.
I think
Yeah.
we might have to cancel that meetup, guys.
You know, I mean, a lot of the people at RFCon K were like
Yeah.
late teens. Like
Right.
probably a good like third of them were like under 20
Just
or
terrible.
something.
Just terrible
And it was,
people.
and you know what? It wasn't that cringe. It
I mean,
wasn't very
there's
cringe.
obviously there are plenty of teenagers who are fine. Munchie was a teenage. It was like 12 when we
12.
fucking first met him.
Yeah, something like that.
But like, yeah,
You met him
teenagers who like. I think there are certain teenagers who just like, I mean, everybody says this, but they get it in their head that they just know everything already, you know. And like when you interact with those people, and they're like, I think there are some teenagers who, yeah, they're smart and you can have a conversation with them, but they kind of expect that they will not know as much about the world as you do as an older person. And when you talk to a teenager who doesn't seem to think that would be the case, it's so frustrating. It's like, how can you not understand how little perspective you have because you're a fucking in school? Like it's being in school is totally different from living life outside of school. Like it's just you learn so much just from like the first second that you're not in that controlled environment, that your perspective is radically different. And so
the moment you are responsible for paying your own bills and like maintaining your own place of residence and getting all your own food, like I feel like I became an adult the second that was my responsibility, and not until that point, which was at like age like 24 or 25.
Same
or
here.
something.
It was about pretty much when I moved out on my own was when it. Well, really, it was when
It's
my parents
almost like
moved out of
humans-
my house. Was when I.
It's
started
almost
doing
like humans are kind of like beasts of burden, and by applying a burden to them, they actually rise to the challenge and grow and evolve as beings, and that this is kind of a helpful state of being for the species to be in, to some degree. I just solved the case. I just cracked it wide open. By the way, I was going to say about teenagers, the other thing about that is, I mean, we always say that Munchie was an outstanding teenager, and still is. He's 18 or 19 now, right?
Yeah.
He's 19 now, so still a teenager. But Munchie, as long as I've known him, has been way ahead of the curb in terms of like other people his age.
Intellect is astounding. Like
it is substantial
compared to any
Galaxy
human
brain.
being. Yeah.
And even if it's not like raw, I don't know, fucking IQ or whatever, it's like it's his initiative is like the real X factor, like
We're
responsibility.
talking about a guy who figured out how to not need to attend high school. So I don't know what the fuck magic he pulled. But he clearly knew way the fuck more than I did when I was his age.
Like there's something like just take for example our discussion about like having a meetup at RadCon 4. Like the thing about that, like for example, that girl who called, I don't know how old she is. I don't know. Maybe she's in her 20s, maybe she's 30s. I don't fucking know. But like I could easily see her being a teenager along with like lots of other people who might want to show up, and just also take the people at RFCKCon or RFKCon, whatever. Yeah. Like all those people are pretty young. A lot of them fly in, but like what did it actually take them to get to that point? They didn't just like wake up and like let mommy and daddy do everything. They had to like be involved in a community, like actively participate, like find out about events, like arrange to be there at a time and date, and like make all this happen
only the
themselves.
ones that were capable of that actually made
That's
it.
exactly. It's like making it to the end of like the fucking Naruto Chunin exam. Like if you survive to the end point, you have weeded out the weak.
In like
and you
high school,
separated
I would
them.
not have been equal to the task of like
No way.
scheduling
No.
my own
No
trip
way.
and like paying for my
dude,
own plane ticket. Like no
literally,
fucking
We were
way.
babies.
Like
We
I'm
were
thinking
babies.
about all the times I went to convention. Like it wasn't until pretty much when I was forced to drive Ben and Devu to Atlanta because Victor flaked. That was the first time I ever did any kind of like major travel where I was in charge, where like I had to make any decisions at all. And even then it was just to drive. But like from that experience like opened my world considerably. I traveled the whole country.
You were scared of driving. I mean, you hated driving up to that
Driving
point
is
or
fucking
sometime
scary,
around
and
there.
it will kill
Yeah?
you.
It's not scary
Well, I
to
mean,
me
that's
anymore
true.
because I just do it every day. So, you know.
I'm just like, I mean, it gives that one of the things that it makes me less worried about like who shows up is just to even get here means you have a baseline level of competence, and it's like okay, like these people are going to be at least kind of decent.
Hopefully, they.
I mean,
have a
we don't know for
baseline level of
sure.
confidence.
Yeah, I guess we'll see. So like a lot of the teenagers who are involved have already
I also just
crossed
wanna
at
say,
least a few of these thresholds.
If we do end up having a meetup at RadCon and you are a teenager, just know that we probably will at some point want to go into the bars that litter the shoreline of Virginia Beach.
and you will not be able to follow. You have
You
to wait
can go
outside,
into the
I guess,
bar.
is
You
best.
just can't ordering drinks.
Okay.
I mean, they're not going to ID you at the door or anything.
I mean, some places they don't let you. Okay, depends on the place, but fair
most of them
enough,
are
fair
restaurant bars, so you can go in. Just expect to be around.
You're in a touristy area. They expect people to go with family. So.
Oh.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. But I was gonna say for the guy's call though, his question was like, look, the thing is, he's like, my wife works with kids. She's probably a teacher or something. Lots of teenagers are on. Those kids had to cross 0 hurdles to be involved in your life. That's the problem here. There has been no selection process.
There's no skill floor.
No. It goes all the way down. So, I honestly, I would just say just minimize contact. That's all I would do. Just,
divorce is your only
the right move here.
Consider.
I would say just try to find the ones that are at least like kind of decent.
It's me or the children.
Yep.
Repeat after me. Me or them. Me or them.
Me or them.
All right. Next
voicemail. All right. This one's simply called Where, and let's click on it on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Where is the Tarantino podcast? I want it. The Tarantino cast, whatever.
Ooh, damn.
Nate, you promised that there will be more episodes than one.
Radcon 4. We'll record the next one.
If you don't want to edit,
that's a great
actually
idea.
a great idea.
We'll watch the next one, and that'll be like a
Tarantino cast.
behind the scenes content, like we did for.
Dude, because the next one is fucking Pulp Fiction, everybody's favorite.
We'll watch Pulp Fiction, and then we'll do a podcast. There we go.
That's a great idea.
On a somewhat similar, if technically unrelated note, I think it would be cool if I made my long-awaited debut on the POD cast at RadCon. I'll finally catch up at One Piece.
That would be great.
We'd
love to have you.
Yeah, cool.
Where are you now? What's
oh god.
Did you make it to Big Mom yet?
I have made it. Yeah, I'm on.
Okay.
So
you're in the realm of things that have been covered on the podium.
They've met up with Jinbei again. I think I'm maybe like 100 chapters to go before I'm.
God damn.
That's not bad.
Yeah,
that's not.
I could probably polish it off in a day.
Wow.
Or two, yeah.
It only just occurred to me. Podcast has been going for like 3 years, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's right.
Shit.
Long fucking time on the podcast. Yep. It's a good time. Well, Ben, we would love that.
Which is just a drop in the bucket for One Piece. Is the funny thing. About it.
And I mean, who knows? Maybe 5 more years until the series ends. I guess we'll see. I don't know.
That's what we said.
Ben,
5 years
that sounds like
ago.
a great idea.
Cool. Awesome.
I know. I think like 3 years ago or so, Oda said in 5 years we'll probably be done. He might have said 5 or 7.
I think he said 8.
The arcs are getting longer, right? I'm not just imagining that. The arcs are
getting longer. I mean, Dressrosa was the longest of all time.
Yeah.
Wano was already, I believe, like among the longest ever, and it hasn't gotten.
So they're
to, like,
even
the
longer than
climax yet.
Skypiea.
Skypiea is pretty long, but compared to like Dressrosa, it's like nothing.
Wow.
Looking back on it, and Dressrosa is like the worst arc too, which is. Dressrosa isn't even bad all the way. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, let's go to the next one. I'm really excited for this one, guys. So you thought that stealing my channel was bad? Well, I've got even more bad news for me. Here's Nate Bestman describes my penis in leaked sex tape. This one's really going to stain my reputation, but let's give it a listen. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3. Listen, buddy. Only problem with that, it was just too long.
Damn.
That's the long and short of it, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go to the next one. Okay, let's follow this up with a powerful voicemail from Homeless Ben.
I see there's 2
Homeless
here.
Ben.
There's 2 here from Homeless Ben.
He left 3, and I kept the 2 that got me to chuckle.
Okay.
So let's hear that. Okay, first, Homeless Ben. Saga begins on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, I'm Homeless Ben. I lost everything because I got drunk and took a shit in the kitchen sink and my roommates evicted me. In other words, it was capitalism. So give me your spare change so I can destroy capitalism.
Patreon.com/Ben Saint. Help me.
It's the right thing to do.
Help me get a new sink to shit in.
And a pot to piss in while you're at it.
A pot to piss in and a sink to shit in.
If there's anything left over, sure.
These are truly the 2 basic needs of any. On like Maslow's hierarchy, those are the 2 lowest level ones. Please, guys, help him. All right, next Homeless Ben. It's technically part 3, but it's our next one. All right, on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey guys, drunk Homeless Ben here again. Today, I asked my brother Nate for help, but it was all a trick. It was all a ruse. As soon as he let me in his house, I took a shit in his sink, too. That'll show capitalism. The plan is going smoothly.
Did he say the
One more
Did he say the plan is going
boys.
smoothly?
Yeah.
That's right, Ben. That's right. This is a narrative.
I'm
built here.
thinking that might not be the real Ben, because I don't think he would have left Nate's house without those fucking. Wait, Ben already has the shoes.
Ben has
Never
the
mind.
shoes.
God damn it! I fucked it all up.
Yeah.
Let me tell you, Ben, those boots I got this Christmas. When we were together, I saw you eyeing my boots, Ben. Once once shame on me. Twice,
I didn't even want my boots. I have boots. Mom and Dad were just dead set on buying us all boots, even though I told them I do not need boots.
Mom messaged me, and she was like, Nate, you want some boots? I was like, I would love some boots. These are cool, and so she got them. She's like, ooh, how about Ben? I'm like, I don't know what shoes he has, but, like, if you want to get him boots, these look nice or something.
I graciously accepted the boots.
Mom's fucking up this operation again. She's gonna become redundant in the system.
She wouldn't make the cut. She wouldn't meet the skill floor to make it to Radcon 4.
To make it to Radcon 4? No. We should make a stretch goal. Help our mom make it to Radcon 4. Pay for a chauffeur. All right, next one. Okay, pancakes. Another Ben Saint. Yikes.
Sick.
I don't know exactly what that means, but okay. Let's hear it.
Yeah.
But like there were colons in suspicious places that like changed the meaning of the following words. You know how it is.
Let's
All right.
let's find out.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
Hey PCP, you won't believe it, but I got myself into another little pickle here. So I was listening to the new PCP episode, ironically, of course, when I heard some banging coming from the trunk. I opened it up, and it was the girl. And she said, hey, it's really hard to breathe back here, so could you, leave the trunk open? And I said, what do you think, I'm stupid or something? So I shoved her back in and closed the trunk, and then shot it a couple times, let in some air. Long story short, I just got back from taking a 6 feet hole, and I was wondering, if I should go to the funeral because I just met her, and I don't think I'm socially obligated to go. And it'd be total cringe if I met her parents right now. But her sister does look pretty cute from what I can tell from her phone. So what am I supposed to do? Oh, and before I forget, I did find a wallet. It has Yang 2020 on it, with the Yang scratched out and replaced with Bernie. Well, so would you know anyone that this would belong to?
Please return that, kind sir. Right, it was a saga. He grabbed a girl. That's right. Thanks, Pancakes, for the update.
All right.
That's it.
No comment.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I guess he wanted advice. Go to the funeral and fuck the sister.
It's the chat. Do it on
Crash
top
the
of the open casket
the
body. Do it.
A guilty man would never show up to his own victim's funeral, so you'll be in the clear.
It's true.
Dude, get ready. That's true. That's so true. Get ready for a wacky situation where you two, the sister, are making out over the dead body, over the casket, and then you're like, oh no, someone's coming. So you jump inside, grab her, close the casket on top of the two of you, and you get buried alive. And
wacky hijinks ensue.
Pretty wacky. Pretty wacky.
Yakety sax plays the whole time.
Yeah, that's right.
All right. The sister requested to be buried with a little mini speaker that played yakety sax.
Like the two of them, as the casket's being carried, they're both horse style, both their legs burst out of the bottom, and they start running around as they're chasing them. And of course, the people when they see this, they're like, "Oh, hey, now cut that out." They shove the legs back in, they put it in the coffin in the hole, and they bury it.
Happy ending.
They're just you're not getting away this time. We've had too many this week. All right. Anyway, let's go on to our next one. This is the #1 Hooligan on Huel version 3.0. We've got a review coming in. Let's hear what the Huel world is like today. On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
All right. Enough memery retardation aside.
Yeah.
Huel 3.0. My current review after drinking some right now. Pretty solid. It's much smoother. I think the taste is also better. It's worth, boys. It's worth.
Well, there you go. Until I have a chance to taste it.
Well, hang on.
That's clearly the voicemail god.
If it's solid, then how is he drinking it?
Oh, no.
Wait.
They have bars.
It's powder, goddammit.
They have bars, too, though. Maybe he got the bars.
He's gotta mean like he said like the texture's
Yes.
better. That's
He's
gotta
gotta
be
mean.
like a
He's
liquid.
gotta mean.
I was doing a joke.
It was a joke. I was rolling with the
didn't
joke,
get it.
but then Nate took it totally seriously and it ruined everything.
I just didn't understand. I apologize.
Get out of here, Brad.
Regardless, he clearly stipulated no memes, no jokes, no japes on this voicemail. Huel version 3
I have 2
seems to be worth it.
bags of Huel 3.0 in
You do?
Yes. I've not had any.
Is it
though.
good?
I haven't had any because I'm on keto, and they're not keto at all.
Why the fuck did you buy him if you're on keto then? God damn it!
That's an excellent question.
literally like 5 days after I ordered them, we decided, hey, let's do this whole beach-themed
right.
RadCon 4, and I'm like, well, now I have to get #NotFat, so I have to go on keto again.
Oh, okay. Hey, now's a good time to check in. I think this will come out at the end of the month. So me, Ben, and Tom made a little wager, or well, I mean, we just made an agreement that we would work out.
Have you guys been on point?
I have not.
Let's hear.
No,
I'm down 12 pounds. 12 pounds down so far.
Wait, since New Year's?
Yes.
That's pretty good.
That's fantastic.
That's pretty good.
We started a little bit
no,
before.
RFC,
That is
RFC
great.
KCON completely threw me off. I did lose the weight that I gained over the holidays, but then RFC KCON hit, and I
Okay, well, hey,
and
as
I
long
fucked
as
up. I fucked it all.
All right. Well, stay strong, brother. I will say that I floundered for the beginning of the month. It is true.
How shameful.
And so I would say I'm probably like about the same weight. I might be up or down like 1 pound, but I'm roughly equivalent. My goal was just to work out 3 times a week was my goal. I failed that for the beginning of the month. I am doing better in this latter half of the month. And remember, my goal was to set a trend. When the next month comes, I'll make another deal, man. And let's do it again. I'm going to Hawaii in like fucking 10 days or so though for my little actual vacation with Michelle and her family. And I'm gonna be gross and ugly and fat, and everyone's gonna laugh. But hopefully, I'll like lose it by living the island lifestyle. Maybe.
God,
Is it
YouTube
nice in
channel.
Hawaii
What could
in
possibly be worse?
January, like
it's nice in Hawaii. I mean, I was there for Christmas last year, and I mean, yes, it's perfect all the time.
I haven't even thought about like getting Beachbody ready for the fucking
You gotta
thing.
get Beachbody
I don't even know what I'm
ready,
supposed to
bruh.
do. Is there like a guide for skinny boys?
Aren't you just naturally Beachbody ready? You're just like
I'm
slim.
Yeah,
fat.
I'm slim, but I'm not like I don't know. I'm like a skeleton sometimes.
You gotta eat lots of protein.
There's
Pump
one
some iron.
important factor. One important factor when it comes to being Beachbody ready, and it is so overlooked by gentlemen of our persuasion, and it is being tan. Tan. You gotta have. You don't want to walk out there like you're a fucking comp sci major rolling out of this fucking dorm room.
How the fuck am I gonna get a tan before March?
I'll tell you how, Gib. You do it the way that I do it. Oh wait, you're in London. You got like clouds and shit. Go to a tanning salon, maybe. That's the solution. Go to a tanning salon. It's the only way.
I'm just gonna be the pale beauty. I'm gonna be the one, you know, from
the beautiful geisha. Yeah.
Yeah. Like or like the Scottish Highlands person. They got white skin. I'm white. I can do that.
I'm just gonna be so #NotFat by RadCon that no one's gonna even notice that I'm a ghost.
I'll be rocking my usual hardcore farmer's tan that I have from driving all the time.
That sounds good. I mean, I will have spent. I mean, like a month prior, I will have spent like 10 days in Hawaii. So that tan that I will acquire will probably last at least a little bit into when I get back. So hopefully, I'll be able to coast off that for that time.
All right, let's hear about fucking this Brad Garlinghouse fan.
Okay, all right. So Brad Garlinghouse's #1 fan has apparently called in, and let's hear what he has to say. All right, on the count of 3, here we go. Two. Next voicemail. You ready?
Yeah.
Number 12, Brad Garlington House fan, Garlinghouse. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes. Oh, I hear you loud and clear.
But do you give? I'm not hearing confirmation.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, okay. All right. On the count of 3, here we go. 1, 2, 3.
Hey, so I've got a question for Brad. So, like, how's Ripple gonna turn out? Like, is this crypto gonna be a thing I should worry about, or like, I don't know much about crypto, man. Should I use your code? Should I not? I don't know about this Ripple stuff. Okay, like, fuck, dog. You started making anime, then you reveal your name's actually Brad. Like, what the fuck, Brad?
Yeah.
It was an unorthodox business move on my part. But let me tell you guys, hashtag Ripple, hashtag XRP, hashtag cryptocurrency. I mean, you're definitely going to want to like sell your soul and give me full access to your bank account by clicking the link in my currently active stream.
The only way to mine Cripple is at night. There's no way to do it during the day, so like you'd have to sell your soul in multiple ways.
The only currency to be mined at night. It's like when you evolve an EV at night with max friendship, it turns into an Umbreon. Just when you mine crypto at night, it turns into Cripple or Ripple.
Ripple.
Close enough. I like Cripple. All right, let's do our last voicemail. Boys, from the man himself,
me, Brad Garlinghouse, is calling in, CEO of Ripple. Let's hear what I have to say. On the count of 3, 1, 2, 3.
Poor little Nate, swinging his pickaxe at the dead of night. You thought that you could mine cryptocurrency while everyone else was asleep. Well, too bad.
No.
I have assumed direct control. Hacking was easy. All I had to do was swing my Silk Touch pickaxe at the screen and your channel popped off right into my pocket. Now I will reap the rewards of all the cryptocurrency your subscribers can provide. This is what you get, Nate. This is what you get for mining at night.
This is going to be directly quoted in Chapter 2.
Brad Garlinghouse, voice grail.
Yeah.
You know, voice grail. I mean, I don't know.
If we put him in the voice grill, he might steal all those too.
Yeah, we can't give him access to the voice grill as well. We'll put everyone there at risk.
Though. But this is
we have to quarantine him in voice
meritocracy.
jail. I mean, let him take the souls of the lowly bunch in voice jail. I mean, they're the ones who.
If he earns his way into the voice jail and he fair and square steals all of them, hacks all their accounts, takes all their ad rev, I think he deserves it.
What if we make Brad Garlinghouse the guard of voice jail? So
he can't be trusted.
He can steal all the security footage, so all the people in voice jail can mysteriously kill themselves.
Wait,
no evidence for it.
We should put him in the voice chain.
Oh yeah, the voice blockchain.
Like the blockchain.
It can't be stolen.
Yeah.
You know, that's blockchain technology right there. Yeah, whatever that is, there you go. That's where you are, Brad. Welcome to the team. Thanks for your contribution. All right, that's it. Speakpipe.com, link whatever, link to the description. Leave us your voicemails. Shout outs to Brad for acting fast because we just saw this like this morning. So good
He's
work.
Been planning this for months.
Yeah, I'm sure you're right. What else we got?
GiveAndTake.site.
Oh, yeah.
Read the Lord of Ghosts comic and Bale Jape and everything else. Bale Jape and Lord of Ghosts are the best ones, though.
Radcon 4 Kickstarter, bruh.
Radcon 4 Kickstarter. Help fund the light novel physical release.
We have tons
of the Road
more
to
stretch
4.
goals. They're just going to keep going forever.
You want that calendar, boys and girls. Come on. Help us get the calendar.
You can up your pledge
and
at any time. So if you see something new and shiny, you're just like, I got to have that. It's never too late.
And you can always up your pledge. If maybe you
Maybe we should go in.
Maybe you pledge that. Oh, did you?
No, we can't.
That's what I just finished saying.
That is what he said.
You said you can pledge it. Fuck.
I said you can up your pledge at any time.
Okay, well, don't you cut out. It's Discord's fault.
Okay.
Yeah, okay, fair enough.
Sure.
Hey, go to patreon.com/theprocrastinators and podcast, that is. Link down below, and give us $5 for all the bonus episodes. When you hear this, there should be a new bonus episode waiting. Wait a minute. Our channel is down. We'll make it available somewhere, I think, in the meantime.
It'll be somewhere, we promise.
It'll be somewhere.
We can definitely link it on the Patreon. Nothing but the channels.
Yeah.
That's right. Only the channels are affected. The Kickstarter, the Patreon, all that's fine.
Correct. Everything else is fine. So that's all good. And, of course, $1, you're in the Patreon Discord, but give as much as you like. We appreciate the support. Follow us on Twitter at TPCrastinators. You will probably want to follow that if you want any updates on this particular saga, because we will surely retweet or tweet from there any updates on channel statuses. So follow that, or I'll primarily be tweeting from mine, at bestest guy ever when I learn more updates. I'm not gonna be tweeting every fucking second of every detail, but when there is meaningful things to let people know, I will let them know. But you can expect, I don't know, from the time you hear this, probably a week could be a reasonable time to expect before anything changes. So, keep your expectations in check and keep your ear to the ground for more. I guess that's it, everybody. And of course, leave more voicemails, go to the Kickstarter, check out Lord of Ghosts, etc., etc. And we will see you next week.
Thanks for coming.
Hopefully,
save
somewhere.
us. Save us from Brad.
By the way, if we do not have the video up, this will be on this might be on Digi's channel, could be somewhere else. I don't know. We'll try to get the channel back as soon as possible, but obviously, as soon as the PCP's back up, everything will be re-uploaded there, and we will continue as normal. So here's hoping that happens fast. All right, see you then, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.